Hello and welcome to the Ranksters.
Hello.
Episode number 22. I'm Adrian.
Hey.
Gore's here. Matt's here.
I'm here.
Gore's here. We're going back.
I'm here.
We're doing part 2 of last week. This is our tier maker show, I guess I should say. So we go on tier maker, we make a list. Sometimes we make a list. Or we find a list. Or it's just some lists. We still got get some suggestions in there.
No one watches. If you watch, leave a comment.
There you go. We're doing it at the top too, so you gotta prove it to us.
Yeah. We always ask at the end all this shit. I'm like, why are you asking at the end? No, literally nobody's watching till the end.
I noticed people were watching
Not a single person.
your Game Award reaction to the end.
Yeah, but that was like exciting.
That's fair.
You have to realize that's exciting because there's like surprises and shit. There's no surprises here. What are we gonna surprise people with? Oh, Hades is an F tier? Fuck it.
Let's do it.
This show's terrible.
Balls.
This sucks.
Yeah, we're doing this off the cusp of last week's Game Awards. Got some cool reveals. Got Perfect Dark. Got Sephiroth.
Yeah, sure.
Got Mass Effect.
Yeah, wow, so cool.
Boo.
More
BioWare. Boo. BioWare.
No new IPs. So lame. Boo BioWare. They're just gonna take 8 years to disappoint us again.
Yeah, honestly.
Whatever. I don't care.
I was rewatching.
Don't be excited for anything ever.
I was rewatching some Mass Effect 2 videos earlier today. Oh, I'm very excited for that collection.
That's an old game.
See.
Stop living in the past, Adrian.
Speaking of Mass Effect, can I jump into this Mass Effect 1 ranking?
Yeah, so go
Sure.
on right away. Mass Effect 1. We can go in now because none of us played. When we were on with Kyle last week, none of us played Star Wars Galaxies, World of Warcraft, or Mass Effect. But Matt's here now, so you can rank Mass Effect wherever you want.
Mass Effect 1 is great. In terms of atmosphere, it might be the strongest in the series. Gameplay-wise, it was dated even when it came out. And even more so now, it really kind of feels like shit, the shooting mechanics. But I think it's just as strong as 2 in terms of like writing and characters. Maybe not quite as strong, but it's a very, very high A for me. Held back only by the shitty shooting.
Okay, so let's see. High A. We're gonna put it before since.
You think they'll fix that in the remaster?
No.
Or will it just be
I
the
have
same
no
shit?
faith.
I mean, I was hearing that the reason why it was supposed to hit November. The reason why it didn't was because they're spending a lot of time fixing Mass Effect 1.
And we'll see. I'll believe when I see it.
Fair. All right, let's start knocking this list out then. GTA 5.
Ooh, S tier.
It's my favorite GTA. It's the only GTA I would really say that I really love. I don't like PS2 GTA, and GTA 4 is good, but
it's so refined in 5.
Yeah, 5 is just so much better. It's just so much more refined, so much more fun.
Those heists were
great characters.
The heists
are great. Great characters.
Online
great missions.
Was never. I still don't dig the online. I know people love it. I don't really care for it.
Right.
But I'm not gonna.
It's kind of fun.
It's still alive for a reason. People like it.
Sure, I'm not gonna ding it personally for that though.
I wouldn't because
the campaign
we don't play
is
it.
awesome.
So we barely played it.
True.
I would put this in. I would put GTA 5 in S. The other GTAs, for the record, B's and C's, but this one I would put in S.
Yeah, I don't. Agree.
I'd put it.
I do agree about the S though.
I'd put it in the top, like the absolute top of A.
You know what? I changed my mind.
Fuck you, F. I changed my mind. I hated this game.
Yeah, I would put it at the top of A.
Wow, what a follower.
He convinced me. What can I say?
He didn't even say anything.
I just said top of A. Yeah.
He said A. He said A.
I thought about it a little more.
Yeah, he convinced you, my ass.
All right. There you go. Bioshock Infinite.
I mean, I love it.
I love Bioshock Infinite. I feel like it's become kind of cool to not like this game.
I think it was really, really cool not to like it. I feel like only a couple months after it came out.
I don't get it. I mean, the shooting isn't like that deep, but like the first Bioshock is not like a deep
No.
RPG mechanics. It's the
Once you
same.
learn the electric and then fucking hit them with the wrench ability, you're good for pretty much every enemy in Bioshock
Yeah,
One.
mechanically, it's not any less deep than the rest of the games in the series. I really don't understand that
Question.
complaint. If anything, it feels better, like the shooting does.
I have a question.
I like it.
Was Bioshock Infinite sort of the beginning of everyone hating something that was loved right away? I
I'm
mean, I'm
sure
sure
there's
there's
something
other
else,
options, but I feel like that was like the most prominent and first case that I can think of like everyone turning against the thing that
people
they were on.
really just fucking hating on something, even though originally when it
Because
first
now
came out,
everyone
everybody
does
loved.
it. Now everyone just constantly just shits on stuff that
Well,
people like.
go up the list real quick. I bet there's something here. Let's see. Is there anything here? I bet there's something
That people shit on now.
that people like shit on now, but even though they loved it back then,
MGS4 maybe.
maybe. Yeah.
Even though I
Skyrim.
don't really like
I think
MGS4.
Skyrim's just a joke now. I think people still love it.
Yeah, no, people still love that.
Yeah, I don't know. Something
Skyward
here, I'm sure.
Sword.
Yeah, Skyward Sword
Yeah,
got great
that's the
reviews when it
best
first came
one.
out. Yeah, that's probably the closest one I would say.
All right.
Um,
Bioshock
I
Infinite's
love it.
fantastic.
Yeah, I love Bioshock Infinite.
I think it's one of those stories that only a video game can tell. Especially
Sure.
once you start getting towards the end and how like trippy and wild it kind of gets.
Yeah.
I can't wait to eventually go back to this because I haven't beaten since I got it back 7 years ago now.
And you never played the
Same,
DLC.
yeah.
Never played DLC, so eventually I'm going
Did
to
you
go.
either play it? Did any of you play the DLC?
Mm.
No, I beat it
Pretty good.
the day it came out 7 years ago. That's the last time I played it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's another world or like visually a game that is like this game. It's super original in that respect.
Still
I just
is.
like looking at it. I just like looking at it. It still looks
It looks great.
gorgeous.
The remaster did a great job.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how the remaster looked.
It looks great. I mean, they added 4K a little while after it came out already, but looks great now. I just played
Dude,
it
that
again.
game in HDR would probably look incredible.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, no, I'm very excited to eventually go through the Bioshock collection and then get to Infinite because that's gonna be a game where I'm gonna experience just as fresh as Last of Us, honestly.
Mhm.
I'll put it in S tier. Let's do it.
I could do that.
Let's
Alright,
give it the
cool.
recognition it deserves.
Hell yeah.
We got to
Let's
sneeze.
see,
Do it.
I think let's see.
Yeah, right there. That's good.
Above or below Mass Effect 2?
Oh, below.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
All right, Super Mario
All right.
3D World. All right, so we know
I didn't play this stupid ass game.
someone on the Ranksters would have went into a crazy one. A versus Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 is
Garbage.
where do we put Mass Effect 3?
A tier.
Yeah, A tier in between Wind Waker and Skyrim.
Yeah.
3D World's awesome. It's colorful. It's fun. I don't see the big obsession with it, but I'm very excited it's gonna come on Switch. I think that's a game that a lot of people. It really got passed
I'll
over
be
just being
getting
on the
it.
Wii U. It's a lot of
I
fun.
can finally see why it's so great.
Yeah, why it's the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, Kyle
it-
loves it.
it's-
A lot of people do, to be
No,
fair.
I think it's a great game.
Yeah, no,
It's a ton of fun.
I
But
really
I also
really
like
liked it.
3D Land a lot, so.
Yeah, I really
Really?
liked it, but I mean, I like Odyssey a lot more. I like those style where it's like
Oh
just
yeah, of
Mario
course.
exploring a world and kind of finding secrets. Whereas this one was like more like go through the course.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's awesome.
I mean,
A tier.
even in terms of based Mario's, I mean, like Galaxy 2 is still way better, but it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's Mario at the end of the day. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a shitty 3D Mario game. That being said, it's not the best 3D Mario game. It's definitely not Odyssey, in my opinion. So I would say, yeah, I think low A is a good spot
Yeah,
for it.
that's what I was thinking.
I play it.
Probably right above Wind Waker.
I'll play it next month. Or
Oh,
2 months from now.
below Wind Waker. Are you crazy? Wind Waker not being asked is a travesty, but I'll let it slide.
Yeah, well, you thank Kyle for that one. I think actually no, fucking Adrian gave it a B too or some shit. I gave it an S.
I think
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
Kyle
Wind
gave it a
Waker.
B. I gave it an A, and you gave it an S.
That's not how I remember it.
Maybe.
Kyle.
The Last of Us.
Last of Us. All right. S tier. Just
Yeah, it's S
hurry up.
tier. I know Matt doesn't like this game. We talked about it on that one.
No, I people always say that I don't fucking like this game because I don't think it's like an S tier. I like The Last of Us just fine. I thought it was like a good game, but I mean, I still prefer every Uncharted game. And I don't know, the story to me
All of
just
them?
it wasn't like so mind blowing or like
Dude, I
unique in any way to me. It
I
was
don't think the story is mind
it's
blowing,
not
no,
supposed to be
at all.
mind blowing. It's supposed to be
Well,
just a really.
the story itself is definitely not mind blowing. It's generic, if anything. It's
But
just
yeah, I thought
the
it was kind of generic. The story was kind
the
of
story.
generic and it's not that fun to play.
it was one of the more
If I'm being
character
honest.
driven. I like the extra gameplay. I liked it a lot. But I think
I love the gameplay.
the
I've said this plenty of times.
yeah, same. We like the multiplayer too, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, I think the character driven style of what the story did was very big for what video games were. Like, yeah, there were some games that did it well. Even we talked about we on Games Gone By went through Enslaved, and that has great characters too. The Last of Us brought it very grounded and realistic, and really created that gray area of characters that games love doing nowadays. Everyone loves being, oh, these characters, are they good or bad? Um, and that kind of like really spawned a lot of that.
Is it funny that this one didn't win Game of the Year, but the second one did? I mean, 2013 was a pretty damn good year, but it's one of the best
Travesty.
actually for me because
Yeah.
I think every game that was nominated besides 3D World I love because I haven't played 3D World. I'm sure I'll love it, but
No, it was a great year.
and
But I mean,
they're all games I still think about now, 7 years later.
about The Last of
Where like I
Us.
can tell you, I don't think about Uncharted 4 that much, or I don't think about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds at all. I don't think of Fallout 4. I don't think of Shadow of Mordor that much. I don't think of Dark Souls 2 that much. Like,
2014 was a real stinky year.
yeah, it's not great. We'll talk about that in a second.
So
After Tomb Raider.
I remember what actually no, I just said it was like a couple nights ago. I was walking through the girlfriend how like they did the orchestra music of every Game of the Year nominee, and they kind of do
Yeah,
that.
it's really good.
And then
Really good.
I forget what question she asked me about like why I didn't like The Last of Us more than one. And I was like, well, let me show you the intro of The Last of Us one. And I just sat through and just played. I was gonna just show just the beginning, like the first like couple minutes, but I ended up just in skimming through it. But I ended up just watching the entire beginning until when it hits the title screen and goes into the time jump. It's so
Right.
good. It's
Yeah, it's
so
good.
so incredible. I think I
It's a good short film.
yeah,
Somebody, if they ever wanted to make a short film of The Last of Us, they should just remake the intro. Just show like a concept of how it could look.
that
in a
really
movie.
does work as its own short film right there. Honestly, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm also not really into zombies.
that's fair.
I'm not either. Well, my problem with Last of Us is that they overindulge in zombies a little bit. That's my only problem. Where I think like the more interesting gameplay mechanic is fighting the humans.
They
I think
really didn't. They really
that
didn't.
stuff was way better because they try to like flank in shit, and you're just like I don't know. They're calling like things out to everybody, like, "Yo, Mark, you okay?" or whatever, like stuff like that.
They really didn't blend it like they did in the DLC, where I wish they did more of, where they made you could fight the humans and the zombies against each other.
Yeah. That stuff's cool.
Couple things in chat. Nick goes, if a Rockstar game gets released, most likely it'll win Game of the Year at the VGAs, except for Red Dead Redemption 2,
Red
which was
Dead.
highly surprising. Hello, good sirs. What's up, Nick?
To be fair though, I don't think any other Rockstar game won, right? Red Dead Redemption, I guess, but
GTA's, yeah, I don't know if the GTA games.
I don't think did the Grand Theft Auto games win those years. I don't think so.
What won 2013?
No, GTA 5 won.
GTA won that one. Yeah, we know that. But I was
I don't
thinking
know
like
if
I don't think Vice City won or San
San
Andreas. Did San Andreas? No, I think Half-Life 2 won that year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Special Flavor GT says, speaking of PUBG, did you guys hear that the Callisto Protocol is officially set in that PUBG universe? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that, which is fucking. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I mean, PUBG
literally means nothing.
Because PUBG doesn't have anything to it.
It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? You're in. First of all, you're in space, where I don't think PUBG is set in space. Who fucking knows? You could be on an alien planet. I don't know. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, why is it set in the PUBG universe? Why?
That sounds like just like a meme thing they released like the Zelda timeline. That doesn't really mean shit.
So it's because
use a frying pan.
No, the developer studio that was created that is making the Callisto Protocol. They were initially made to create games in the PUBG universe, and that got made. And someone was asking like, "Wait a second, does that still hold true? Is that still a PUBG game?" And they're like, "Yeah, it still is." And everyone's like, "Oh, all right." I'm
So they
guessing.
just use that as an excuse to make whatever game they want to,
I'm
just
assuming.
as long as it's set in the PUBG
I'm
universe.
assuming you're gonna
So
pass. You're gonna pass
you're
by.
gonna
Like,
pass a TV screen and you'll see like, new Battlegrounds contest is happening or
no,
some
no, no, no,
shit.
no. You're gonna see like you're gonna pass by a TV that says like, and start sending them all in on an island to kill each other or something, and that's gonna be the extent of
Yeah,
the
like a
problem.
news report or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be something stupid like that.
But I mean,
Who gives a
it's not
shit?
gonna affect the gameplay
I'm
whatsoever.
actually thinking more. I'm thinking more and more about that game. I can't wait to see it.
Mhm.
2022, so we'll see gameplay next year. So most likely, at least. I
But-
hope I hope it looks exactly like Dead Space. I hope they don't even fuck around. Like even the way the guy moves and shit.
Sure.
I hope it's just a straight clone.
Sure.
Because I want it to be a next gen Dead Space. We didn't have one this gen.
We'll
And
never get one again.
well, maybe this one will be the Dead
That's what I'm
Space.
saying. I hope it's just a clone.
I want to
Yeah,
think.
I
I
from
want
the
to.
guy that made Dead Space. So
I want to think that if
I'm
this does
assuming
well,
so.
EA will jump on that just because they see single player games are doing better these days.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then hopefully it's good, and they give it to the studio.
yeah,
they don't close 20 minutes later.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna make Dead Space 4. It's gonna be very underwhelming, and the Callisto Protocol will be the one that we all look at now.
Dead Space 4 will be a MOBA or some shit, and then
Anyway, list
anyway,
S tier,
S tier and A tier, I assume from Matt, right?
B.
B. I guess it's still S.
like right.
Let's say above Orange Box. That's fair. People go look at that and go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider 2013.
I loved it. I give it an A. I think that's a great game, great reboot, and I thought the 2 sequels were great too. So I loved it. I don't know.
I played it. It's like a C to me. Just thought it was pretty boring.
Yeah, all right. I mean, the story's not great, but I think that when it comes to the gameplay, I think compared to Uncharted, I think it's actually better. But story-wise, it's nowhere near as good.
I keep wanting to play this game. I keep booting up. Eventually, I will though. I got the whole trilogy now.
Yeah, it's just the story is not really great. It's very, it's Tomb Raider.
I hear it gets better in the sequels, right?
No, the story is about equally lame in all the sequels. The third one gets a little bit more interesting because it's like she has to like redeem herself, but that's about it.
Interesting. All right, Dragon Age Inquisition.
I played maybe 5 or 6 hours of this. I know Matt, you hated this game, right? But
yeah, I fucking hate this game, like to my core. I think it's so bad. The character customization is awful and non-existent. The quests are all awful, like 2000 vanilla WoW base MMO, collect 10 flowers garbage. The writing is horrendous. The characters are non-existent and horrendous. The plot is non-existent and horrendous.
I'm sensing a trend.
It's just a shitty fucking RPG on all accounts, and the fact that it's a sequel to Dragon Age Origins, which is one of my favorite Western RPGs of all time, excellent fucking game. Super disappointing. The fact that this won Game of the Year and got such good reviews is shocking because I kind of feel like it's not really that hot of a take to not like this game now.
I feel like a lot of people didn't like it. Yeah. No, you know what? Honestly, everything that got nominated got great reviews too. So
yeah, but it was like last year where everything...
I swear, all these other games besides maybe Shadow and Mordor all had like in the 90 range on Metacritic. I was
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, whatever. They might as well just fucking have a video game section.
All right, ranking.
F.
I don't know. It's just all right.
Gore's gonna chime in on that one.
I hate this fucking game.
I can't.
It's not just it. It's not even just like mechanically is like a functional game. Yes, but it's what this game represents.
Okay, so if it's not a shit game, I feel like you just gotta go D then. If you're saying that it's like bad and everything around it, I get that, but it's still
no. Fuck that. It's an F.
No, it's bad. It's a objectively bad game in my opinion. Made even worse by the fact that it is a BioWare game and the Dragon Age game.
Right.
Makes
How
it
do you
even
feel
worse.
about Dragon Age 2? Do you like Dragon Age 2 better than this game?
They're both bad in different ways. Like Dragon Age 2 is just so and like underwhelming in size and scope and such a letdown in that regard. Whereas Inquisition is huge, but it's just but everything in it is so bad. Like it's not that it's just a bad Dragon Age. It's a bad game. Don't get me wrong, but it's also being a bad Dragon Age game.
All right. Well, I tried,
Makes it
guys.
even
I don't know if
worse.
there's any Inquisition fans out there, but I tried to see if I could nudge it up to a D. But hey,
There are none. There are no Inquisition fans out there, so you don't have to worry about
Well,
that.
someone must have been a fan at one game of the year, right?
That's why I
Over.
don't get it. I don't get it. This is like maybe my personal least favorite game ever.
Oh wow!
all right,
Not
Bayonetta
a
2.
fan. Are you looking forward to that fourth game?
Fuck no. No, I'm not even gonna start. I'm not even gonna start. I'm not even gonna start on
Well,
that.
they brought back the guy from Inquisition.
The audacity of that fucking Bioware
All right,
to
all right, all
hype
right,
To
all
bring
right.
back everyone's favorite character in Inquisition.
yeah, this DLC character, like as if we're all supposed
Oh,
to
was he
remember
DLC
the
character?
character from the fucking DLC of Inquisition 6 years ago. The
No, I thought he
audacity.
was. I thought he was in the original game. I could have sworn I saw him
Oh, fuck
because I did play the
cares.
first I played like the first 6-7 hours of this
Oh, you
game.
can
but that's
rank
not
it.
enough. I can't. No, it's like a fucking 100-hour game.
All right,
I'm not. I'm
we're
not
going
fucking.
on.
I'm not Kyle. What the fuck?
All right, Bayonetta 2.
No, I play the first 2 hours of a 300-hour game and then I say it sucks. Bayonetta 2, A tier, great game.
I didn't play it.
All right,
There you go, quick.
where do you want it at, Gore?
I never finished it to be fair, but I got really close. So I don't know if you want me to rank
lower
it
then?
honestly.
Right
Sure.
there.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Dark Souls 2.
This is like the only Dark Souls game I actually played a lot of. I never finished it, but I got really far. I was like 30, 35 hours in. I loved what I played. I really did. I got addicted to it. I just didn't. I felt like I had enough, and I just stopped playing. So I'm gonna say mid A. So I think it was great.
I think we're right.
It's funny you say it's the only one that you really played because this is the only Dark Souls game that I didn't really play.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I've probably played through Dark Souls 1 like fucking 4 times. I love Dark Souls 3. I love Bloodborne. I love Sekiro. I didn't play Demon Souls actually, but I think I've started up Dark Souls 2 and like played it for 10 minutes like 5 times, and just for whatever reason have never.
A lot of people
never-
don't like it. I know a lot of
I don't
people that are
know.
big Souls fans don't like it. I think it's because is the director of the Souls games. What's his name?
I think it's a different team that made
Yeah,
the
it's a
first
different
Dark
team.
Souls and the third one and
I
Bloodborne.
thought it was like
think.
directed by somebody completely different too.
I think so.
maybe-
Yeah.
Maybe the lore sucks. I don't know. Everybody loves the lore in these games. I don't know. But yeah,
All right, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. I barely played it. I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't.
I fucking loved this game when it came out. I know this took my life for a while. I put not a lot of money in, but like probably enough to like actually if it was actually a retail game. As with a lot of card games, it just gets to a point where if you dip out for like a month or two and they put an expansion out, you're just lost and you have to pay to catch back up, and that's just never really amazing. But like at least when it came out, the adventure mode and all that was a lot of fun. So what I played of it, I put it in A, probably like a low A.
Okay.
Probably I think of Mass Effect 3 more, so I'll put that there.
Sure.
Shadow of
All
Mordor.
right. I played it. I love this game.
Didn't play it.
This game it was probably my game of the year of 2014. It had to have been because I didn't play Inquisition. Well, he hates it, but everybody else says it was game of the year. But Shadow of Mordor was my game of the year. That's not really saying much because it was a very weak year, but I love this game. I thought it was great. And it disappointed me when I heard Shadow of War was so disappointing. I didn't.
Yeah, I know, right? Because
I didn't even play it. I was just like, all
there's
right.
a lot of hype.
Because I
going
heard
in,
like
I just-
the game really like gatekeeps you from actually finishing it. You have to like do all this shit you don't want to do. But yeah, this game was great. The Nemesis system, I really do feel like they should have used that for more games because it's so good being able to fight some guy named like Ballsack or whatever. Like so, whatever. What do you want me to explain? All right,
I haven't played Shadow of Mordor. I've always heard about Nemesis system. Explain to me what this is.
the Nemesis system is really cool because it's like, all right, you fight anybody in the game, any orc in the game, say you fight him and he kills you.
Okay.
They have this like kind of ranking system where you have like lieutenants and sergeants and like whatever for like, you know, like because it's all a war or whatever. Any orc that kills you will rise up in the ranks, and they will also like they'll have a name and they'll have a personality and they'll have like weaknesses and strengths and stuff. So they actually all have names. Every single NPC
so it's not randomly generated. They all have one.
I'm pretty sure it's randomly generated. I don't know exactly how it works, but because you'll just fight like randomly spawning orcs.
Mm-hmm.
They'll always be randomly spawning around the world. And if one kills you, then they'll rise in the rank and they'll have a name. and they'll rise in the ranks. And you could take them out of the ranks, or you can let them like rise in the ranks if you want. So you could take them out later or whatever. But they all have different names. They all have personalities. And this happens throughout the entire game. So if you get killed by a random orc, they have a name and they'll rise in the ranks. And they all have different personalities. So it was really cool just having like these characters that will kill you and they'll remember you later if you show up and you're like, did not kill you last time. And even if you kill them, sometimes they don't actually stay dead. So say you slice it, like you slit their throat. Later on, they'll show up and they'll have like a scar on their throat and be like, "You know, you fucking killed me, bro." Because they all have like British accents.
That's very cool.
So I love it. I really do. So it's cool. Like just a random like orc would show up. Like I don't know. Let me think of a name. Like I don't know. They all have like different names. Like Rat Killer or whatever. Like
orc sounding names. Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever you think, and they'll just like randomly show up. Sometimes
cool.
too. Like if you're just in an environment, they'll be there, and you're like, "What the fuck? That's the guy that killed me before." But yeah, it's really cool. But the combat's great. It's very Arkham Asylum, except with a sword. But yeah, it's really fun. The story itself's not great, but everything else is great. Just exploring the whole world. I 100% of that game I thought was great. So I'll give it a high A.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, the Mega 64
skit. Where do you want this to appear?
Yeah, did you ever watch the Mega 64 skit? They do a great job of explaining. Above Left 4 Dead 2, I think. I really like Black Ops.
Alright, Witcher. I'm going to grab some really quick, but you guys both played this game, so go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Yeah, you go. I talked a lot.
To me, I think Witcher 3 is, I think, the best like Western fantasy RPG ever made. I think it's like the pinnacle of like questing and immersion and writing and world building in a game. It's like a top 5 game ever for me. It's my favorite game of last generation. I think it's fucking awesome in every way.
Yeah.
People talk about the combat being a little bit janky. I guess it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I love whenever you kill somebody, they just like get fucking like destroyed.
Just explode. Yeah.
Yeah, they either explode or they get cut like entwined. It's just like I love
it. How good is it to jump into? I know I'm asking and I know the answer already, but it's a pretty good yeah.
You can get into it without really playing the other 2 games. Obviously,
play the second one though.
At least, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You should at least play the second one because I played
the second one's still really good. It's not it's not 3, but it's still very good.
Would I appreciate it even if I went back to it? Because I really don't want to do 2 back to back. Would I be able to like play 3 and then go back to 2 and enjoy that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. There wouldn't be much reason to if you already played 3. But
if you want to, then sure. But yeah, 2 is like it's kind of like how you went from Mass Effect 2 and 3 to Andromeda almost, where like Andromeda is like this giant open world now. And Mass Effect 2 and 3 are just like kind of small. Like Witcher 2 is pretty small from what I remember.
Yeah, Witcher 2 is not nearly the time sink that Witcher 3 is. I think it's a better starting point because the big conflict of Witcher 3 is set up in Witcher 2. Whereas Witcher 2 kind of starts from like a more new, kind of just from a more baseline, nothing's really happening thing.
Yeah, you're like the guard of a king or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and then shit kind of. I would not skip Witcher 2, to be honest. You don't need to play 1. You don't need to read the book. Like you'll pick up on things, but start with 2.
Yeah. I agree.
It's worth playing.
I think it's better to play 2 first before 3, but if you really only want to play 3, then I don't think you're going to be that confused. Because 3 kind of still starts off in a way like the whole beginning of 3 is that you're looking for somebody that they barely mentioned in the last game. So
yeah, but the whole state of the world that you're in is like the whole background to the Nilfgaardian invasion is like the plot of 2. So I don't know. I wouldn't skip it, but 3 is just like next level. Like, I don't think I've ever been sucked into a game ever like I have The Witcher 3.
Not Dragon Age Inquisition?
Certainly not Dragon Age Inquisition compared to no.
Well, a year later, Witcher 3 won Game of the Year, so they're like on the same
clearly, yeah.
The same quality level, I think.
Clearly the same quality of I don't think there's like a better written game than maybe like Red Dead 2, I guess, but like Witcher 3's like just the fucking like side questing in that game is like better than most regular games.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. That game, I always want to go back to it. I might wait. Well, I'm definitely gonna wait because I ain't playing it now. But I would love to play that one once the next gen updates are out. Because they said they're gonna have one, which I don't know when the fuck that's gonna happen. Because they really need to fix Cyberpunk first before they even think about Witcher 3. But
the fucking DLC.
Yeah, I never played Witcher 3. No, I never did. By the time they came out, I was already like doing other games. Like I think Fallout 4 was out at that time. I'm just like I got too many other things to play.
You didn't play Blood and Wine?
I played a little bit of Blood and Wine. I didn't wait. Which one's the first? No, Hearts of Stone. I played a little bit of Hearts of Stone.
Blood and Wine is like a new full 30 fucking hour game and a whole new world.
Yeah, that's great because when I get into the game again, I'm gonna have a whole fucking new Witcher game to play.
It might be better than base Witcher 3.
I've heard it's really
like it's
good,
potentially better.
It did win RPG of the year that year, right?
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna say. Yeah,
like that is fucking DLC. Like every other DLC that's ever been released is like
nothing.
Yeah,
yeah, $20 for that DLC too, and you get like 30 hours more of Witcher 3. It's pretty. That's value.
$6, you get a broken game now. Look where we gone.
You know what? Yeah, that's like a 100-hour game. If you have it on PC, it's not broken. One thing I do want to say that Witcher 3 you can get right now on Xbox and PS4. I think on Xbox, is it still on Game Pass or no?
It is on Game Pass, I believe.
We can get it for free right there. But if you can find a copy on PS4 or Xbox One for like $10, you get over 100 hours of gameplay. And
it's been on sale a lot, like for like $16 this last Black Friday.
Just think about like all these kids. I keep thinking like all these kids are gonna grow up playing these games and they can just spend like $5 and get 100-hour amazing.
Meanwhile, we bought a fucking like $50 game back in the day, and we had to play it over and over again because that's the only game we were gonna get for a while.
And the cheap games are always shit games at GameStop, like PS2 crap ass. I remember a game called Hidden Invasion. That game was a fucking dumpster fire.
Right. Ranking because we're about half an hour in.
S tier. Well, you had to go get your food, so we had to keep talking.
Let's see.
This is my favorite game. It's the highest S in my opinion.
Well, it's two S's, so I can't put it there.
Well, that's not really fair. You didn't play the fucking game.
I
think you have to go by average, not how many S's there are. That's fine.
Didn't we all?
I think it's better than Walking Dead, honestly.
You think it is?
I mean, I think even story-wise, it's better than Walking Dead.
Fair. All right,
yeah,
like the top three stories for me, just story-wise, are Witcher 3, Walking Dead Season 1, if we can't, and Doom, and
Red Dead.
What was the other one?
Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Story-wise, Red Dead's not crazy though. I'm talking about just the plot itself.
Oh yeah, Witcher 3,
like
the end of the main quest, like the end of the main Witcher 3 quest is fucking bananas.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. I think that story is amazing, especially how it branches off with all these different the main story doesn't branch off. It's just like all these different mini stories just planted throughout the map. Just like you find out so much about everybody. It's great, but you can say the same thing about Red Dead, I guess. So yeah, Red Dead. I was gonna say like Bioshock Infinite, where the story just goes fucking nuts, like pretty much from point A to point fucking B.
I would say Nier probably.
Nier 1 and Nier Automata for sure up there.
Sigma, thank you for the host. Anyway, Bloodborne. Let's hop into that.
All right, Bloodborne. I play like 10 hours, so I guess I can rank it.
I beat it, I guess, so I can rank it.
Yeah, you can definitely rank it.
I think a lot of the Souls fans, like in the Souls community, say Bloodborne is the best Souls game. I'm biased towards Dark Souls 1, I guess, because that was the first one I played, the one I got most obsessed with.
Yeah.
But Bloodborne, I definitely could see the argument for it being the best Souls game. I think it might be the most refined mechanically. The weapon variety is so good.
The gameplay when I played it was like fucking really good, and like I played Dark Souls 2, I played a little bit of Dark Souls 1, and I think at that point,
smoother in Bloodborne.
Dark Souls 3 wasn't out by then, but I played 2 a lot, and 2 was like really chunky. Like you're really slow, even if you're not wearing armor, you feel like you're like really slow. And in Bloodborne, you're just like
it's slick.
It's almost like how Sekiro kind of plays a little bit. how quick that game is. Not as quick, but it's closer to that than it is Dark Souls.
Yeah, they got progressively faster after 2 with each
Yeah, and I
release,
really
think.
and Dark Souls 3 was very fast compared to Dark Souls 1
Dark
and
Souls
2,
3
right?
is, yeah, Dark Souls 3 is pretty quick.
Yeah.
But
I love
Bloodborne,
that sword too. The one that turns into like
the
it's either a long
Saw,
sword or the saw blade thing. That thing's dope. That's like top 10 weapons ever. So cool.
yeah, I used the one where it's like a sword, but then you stick it and it becomes the handle of a giant hammer.
Oh, okay,
That one
that's
was
cool.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I love like the gothic horror Lovecraft combination vibe
Yeah.
it's got going on. The atmosphere in the world is great. Awesome bosses.
It's actually pretty scary. It was like the first game that actually felt like a next gen game too. Like, but besides like the order was like 3 hours long though. It was just like
Yeah,
whatever.
it looks gorgeous. I would say A. High
Fine.
A.
I'll leave it there because I don't think I played enough really. So A is fine.
Needs a sequel.
It's coming after Elden Ring.
All right,
We'll
Fallout
see.
4.
All right, Fallout 4 gets a lot of trash. I think this is another game that people loved it when it first came out, and then
That's
like a
true.
month or two later, they're like, nah, fuck that game. I love Fallout 4. I really like that that your character could speak this time. I get the point of a voiceless character. I understand you're supposed, especially a game like this where you're supposed to kind of be the character, and you can't really be that character when the character itself has their own personality. But I 100% prefer a character that talks. Like I don't get so into a game where I feel like I'm the character like almost ever.
Mass Effect is one where you talk
Yeah,
and you still feel like
Yeah.
Commander Shepard.
Yeah, I'd much rather be like Shepard or Geralt than be like a silent
Hell
protagonist.
yeah.
But
Especially Geralt. Geralt's fucking sweet. But yeah, Fallout 4 I thought was it was just Fallout 3 except better in almost every aspect when it comes to gameplay at least. The shooting was better. All the little guns and customization stuff was better.
I remember I was gonna play this
I think
game.
the world itself the graphics were better. It wasn't ugly as fuck to look at. It was interesting to explore.
I was gonna play this game and make my first fall. I got the collector's edition. I was super excited. Played through, got to the base building, spent like I don't know how many hours, a couple hours, and then I got distracted, and I was like so far, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrapped up. I had fun with that. I want to go back and play it still.
I like the base building stuff. I mean, it's definitely not the best feature in that game, but people kind of got annoyed that a lot of the DLC was based around like customization shit. But I liked it.
yeah, I love. I love Fallout New Vegas, and I love Fallout 3. Fallout 4 is definitely a step down. You said it's like a better gameplay wise, and in terms of like actually like moving
I meant
game
gunplay, really.
and shooting and stuff, of course it's better. But in terms of like being an RPG, which is the real appeal of the game, it's a big step back from New Vegas.
It's way more streamlined, that's for sure. I meant just the actual like gameplay, which would be like just the gunplay.
Yeah, and even in terms of like its world and quests and writing and just everything about it, I think it's a step back from New Vegas. But that being said, I still enjoy it. Like, I still like the game. I fucking hate base building. I hate building in all games. I don't like Minecraft. I don't like Fortnite. I don't like Little Big Planet or Mario Maker. I don't like making shit. Like, it's boring to me. And I hated how much of the game seemed to be based around the base building.
You hate Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I don't play Animal Crossing. Like, I don't like building. I don't know.
Animal Crossing's like is one of those games where you don't really need to build shit.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I just don't enjoy that in games, really. And I didn't like that was such a major focus of this game. Yeah, it's like, I would say, but I still enjoy Fallout, like the Fallout formula.
Yeah.
I like Fallout a lot more than I like Elder Scrolls. I would go B. Too. I would go do mid B, I guess. Fallout 4.
I'd say low A, so I don't know where that is. I still think Fallout 4 is a great game, but not my favorite of that year. Sure.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
All right, when it comes to gameplay, this has some of the best gameplay ever, I think. Like, it's so fucking good. The variety of things you can do to accomplish your mission is like insane. It's really fucking satisfying when you end up doing something you really want to do. Like, you want to drop like one of those like cargo things on somebody that's up in a tower that's staring at you and you can't get past. So you drop one of those like storage container things on top of their head to knock them out, and then you like sneak into the building, or you like throw a bunch of like mines inside a truck and then drive the truck into the base, jump out, and then explode it, and everybody dies. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to solve your mission. And I love it. I really do. And the whole game is all about like, oh, here's a enemy base. Get in there. And like that's pretty much every mission is like, here's the enemy base. Here's a thing. Go there. Sneaky, or you can run in gun blazing. I love it. Gameplay wise, it's great. Story very much disappointed me because
Third act.
I got prepared for this game. I'm like, oh, this game's gonna have an insane story, just like every Metal Gear Solid game before. So I like watched every single cutscene and listened to every single dialogue piece from every fucking Metal Gear Solid game besides Peace Walker, which was the one I actually had to know about because that's the biggest one that you need to play before this, which is weird because it's the PSP game.
I heard that one's fantastic though.
That game sucks.
Peace Walker?
Peace Walker?
Yeah, I fucking hate Peace Walker.
You're the only person I've ever heard.
I've never heard anybody talk highly about the gameplay, but I've heard everybody loves the story in that game. So
it's the shittiest Metal Gear story from the main.
Really?
Games, but I won't get into it. I didn't play that. I played 1 through 5 and Peace Walker.
So. I played Metal Gear Acid. I didn't play that one.
All right,
pretty good.
We're 40 minutes in.
Anyway,
let's hustle through that. So,
all right, fuck it. Never mind. S tier. Next one's A tier. Next one's S tier. Next one's
I will say real quick. I just played Metal Gear Solid 5. I played through the first time back in like March of this year.
Yeah.
I didn't really devolve into too much of the side quests. They're pretty much just repeating objectives. Not that good. So to get the true ending, it took me 45 hours of game time, and I think 20 of those fucking hours could have been shaved off because I was sitting in that fucking helicopter or doing shitty unit management or going back to the base. A lot of fucking bloat in that game, and I'm not even like bloating gameplay-wise, just like weird downtime like in between missions that just... It just fucking makes a drag.
Is this game...
It never bothered me. I kind of like that stuff, but I understand. Yeah.
Is it really... and I say this as someone who's never played a Metal Gear game except for Revengeance. Is that third act like actually like still a sour spot with everyone?
I guess. I don't know. Once you defeat the main boss, spoilers. I was done. Like I know there's more to it after that, but I was like, I'm good. I watched all the cutscenes. No, I watched all the cutscenes. I didn't do that shit because I'm not, because you have to do a bunch of the missions too, like you said, to get to the real ending or whatever. I'm just like, I'm good. I got all these other games to play. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna redo missions over and over and over and over and over and over again just so you can give me that.
You don't really have to do that. There's new story there's like a whole quest line with Quiet where you get like Quiet's ending and like shit like that. I saw it. But
I remember I had like someone told me or I looked it up and they said like you have to like do a lot of the missions over again and stuff until like missions pop up or whatever. Like you just have to keep doing things until things happen and you can progress the story.
You have to finish a certain amount of side quests before you unlock the third act missions. So you have to do like shitty side quests to unlock new main story missions.
Which is so weird because I feel like I played so much of that fucking game, but I guess I really went through it very slowly.
It's long as shit.
I know, but I feel like I played like 90 hours of that game or something like that, and I really to be fair, I took my time a lot of times, but I really tried to play as a stealth game for the most part. But I don't know. I feel like I played enough of that game where I should have just been able to do the third act without having to also do more side missions. Where I feel like I did so many of them, but I don't know. I said no. I can't. There's like a bunch of games coming out at that point. I couldn't. I beat the main story. That was the epilogue in my eyes. So,
you said S tier.
I think gameplay wise is S tier, but I'll say A just because I didn't finish it.
So A and B.
Oh.
A and B. So I guess a low B, or a low A. That's what I meant.
Super Mario Maker 1.
I feel like it's like completely outdated at this point, so it's a little not fair.
It sucks.
Especially since you can't even play it anymore in a
Yeah,
couple months. But
it sucks because the gamepad's so much better to play this game on than the Switch is.
yeah, that's true. It is definitely much better.
Like if they had Super Mario Maker 2 with if there's like some way you can connect a tablet to the Switch to do all this
yeah,
stuff
they
on
should
there.
make it so that. How come they never did that? They didn't come out with some peripheral that was like $30 or
I
something.
would have
That's
straight
just
up
a
bought
tablet.
like some sort of like even like a U-Draw tablet.
It could
Fucking
have been a combo.
repurpose the U-Draw tablets that are in the waste.
Well, I don't think Nintendo owns that though.
Yeah, but just buy it for $5 or whatever.
THQ Nordic technically still owns that, right?
Yeah, now they do.
Bring that back.
Um,
Yeah, THQ Nordic, make a remaster version of the U-Draw tablet.
but I know
But
making levels in Mario Maker 2 was just not nearly as intuitive as 1.
no, but I didn't really do that anyway. So
Mario Maker 1 was very magical.
I'm like mad. I don't really like building stuff really.
Yeah, I didn't play this or Overwatch, so I'm gonna play the next 2 games.
Okay.
I think it's an A though. I think it's magical. I think being able to go in people's world and play everything, and it was all super wild was cool.
His ass is out. Yeah.
All right.
I give it an A. A is fine.
Like mid A, so like.
I think it's completely outdated now. I know it's easier to play, but
Sure.
It's not easier.
Content wise, yeah.
I don't think it's easier now because you have to fucking play on Wii U, and who the fuck wants to play anything on Wii U?
This man has a
Speaking of Wii, this boy's pissing.
Overwatch, I mean,
that's S tier for me.
still
I mean, it would be S plus tier if they got rid of that stupid ass. I was gonna say something bad on the front cover, but
that stupid ass. I'm playing. I'm
wash your hands.
Yeah, I didn't hear that sink.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I don't hear sink. Oh shit! You better have been waving that shit out with no hands.
Hey, Matt, you wash your hands?
I didn't hear sink.
Yeah, my mic was muted.
No, we heard your piss.
No, we heard you.
Oh, did you?
Fucking liar.
No, I didn't wash my fucking hands.
I heard your piss.
I'm home alone. What do you want me to do?
Motherfucker got you.
Fucking liar.
This guy's got piss hands.
I'm home alone. Fuck you.
And he started wiping his face all over.
Ooh, piss hands.
I hit mute on my fucking microphone.
No, we've heard you
Does
both
this not
times.
mute me?
No. Are you not using that headset? Maybe you have it assigned to something else.
All right. Well, joke's on me.
I'm ironically playing more Overwatch than I usually am just because of quick resume. It's so easy just to like play.
My ass, yeah. You play more so now.
No, it's true. Like I can just hop in for a match and hop right back into Spiritfarer exactly where I was without having to save and quit. It's great.
Oh, that's worth the $500.
Quick resume is the greatest thing ever, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but it only took like 30 seconds to get into Overwatch, even if you load it from the beginning anyway. So,
but now it's even faster, dude.
Oh, now it's 10 seconds.
Now it's even faster. No, it's more the opposite direction that I can keep my spot in whatever game I am, even if it's a 360 game like Black Ops. I have to like boot up and load into the emulator. It just hopped me right back in exactly where I was, which is great.
But Spiritfarer doesn't do that. Are you playing Spiritfarer right now?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I know. I want to play it, but
yeah.
I got Cyberpunk right now. I got focus on that.
S tier, obviously.
Okay, you put it anywhere. All right, next game. 2016 is a good ass year. Doom S tier.
S tier, 100%.
C tier.
I think we've had this problem before.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was boring. I think it took me like 50 sittings of like 10 minutes each to beat this game because it bored. I was like playing it checkpoint by checkpoint because it bored me so badly. I don't know. Maybe if I gave it another shot, I would like it. Maybe I would like the sequel more, but like it just did not fucking click with me for whatever reason. I can't even really explain it because I feel like it's polished and like well made.
It's
not boring.
Adrenaline up the ass.
And I can like put stuff in the background and just zone out and play. But like it just fucking I don't know. It just
you're not supposed to zone out. You're supposed to just fucking kill.
Yeah, put headphones on and fucking get in. Maybe you'll like Doom Eternal more. I don't know.
Maybe I don't fucking know.
That game definitely changes the gameplay where you have to use every single one of your abilities and weapons and shit. So
I mean, I'd try it, but
2 S's and a C. Probably put it at the highest A, maybe.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, next inside. My
Inside.
ass.
Play it.
No, of course, pissed now.
Yeah. All right. What is this,
I love
Adrian? You
Inside.
pick. You pick. You bought a fucking sex doll with the creature from inside, and there it is. Don't stretch it to anus. You already ripped it or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Spent $500 on this thing. You fucking ripped its anus.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like
It doesn't matter.
it probably adds. It probably adds to it the authenticity of that's ripped.
Yeah. Yeah, that means it's been used. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. S tier.
Yeah.
I love this
Yeah.
game.
Goat seeded the fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. I would give it a high A. I actually like Limbo more, but
I could see that.
that's fine. Titanfall 2.
The most gore-ass game on here. Like, gore is not finished. I fucking
That's not true.
love Titanfall.
That's not true. Like, there's like 20 other games here that are more gore than me.
What?
I've heard this game was dope. This game's like $5 on PS4
Dude.
right now.
Titanfall.
This game. Hey, do
It's
you
on
have a
Game
Dollar
Pass.
Tree near? You have a Dollar Tree near you?
Yeah, I suppose.
You do? Go to your local dollar store and see if that game's there. I'm not even kidding. My dollar store had Titanfall 2, Madden 17, and Madden 16 at my dollar
Yeah,
store.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
$1.
and they had stacks of
Hey,
fucking
but Matt,
Titanfall 2s.
It should be on Game Pass.
I was thinking of buying a
Xbox.
copy. I was thinking of buying a copy for PS4. I mean, it's $1 and play it on there.
Buy a copy for Matt.
Hey, you know what? I think the campaign just starts off. The campaign starts off really slow for me. I'm not that
Sure.
interested. I like BT9 or whatever, BT
BT.
whatever. It's exactly what I wanted the game to be too. I said it so many times where I just wanted it to be about a guy and his robot.
I think you made
friend.
that joke
That's
too
perfect.
when they were talking when we first talked about that. When like, why so
Yeah.
you were I swear I probably heard you say like it should need to be
Yeah.
Titanfall 2. It should make it about a
It's not
guy
a
and
joke.
his robot.
Yeah, I wasn't joking.
Chappie.
Really, I really wanted that to be. Yeah, it would be like Chappie. It was probably right when Chappie came out. That's probably why I said that.
This campaign's so fucking good and still is,
I
even
know.
though everyone talks about it, it's still underrated just because how many people have not played that game. Great level. Everyone always talks about the time level, which is one of my favorite levels in video games. Super fucking fun.
Yeah.
I need to play more of the multiplayer. We never got into the multiplayer that much, but I
I
think
played a lot. I played a lot. I was like, I think
I
I
feel like we played
played
the
like
first one more, but I
20
mean-
hours of it. I played a lot by myself. I remember that.
fair.
I give it a high A from what I played.
Yeah, I'll put a high
Played
A
lot
as
of
well.
multiplayer. You played the campaign, so I can't really.
I would
talk about
honestly
that
like
much.
edge on the S.
I would say I probably got like maybe 3 hours into the campaign and I just stopped.
I'm on like the cusp of S. I'm like right there, but I'll put
So
it.
that's
right
like
above.
halfway through the campaign. I might play that soon. I think that could be a good little.
That's a good in between game.
Yeah, in between, or not even like even at the same time as Cyberpunk. I do need to go back to Immortals and fucking Hyrule Warriors. I'm going to finish probably tonight anyway. I think I'm going to finish that.
I
That's
swear
only
I've been
2
hearing
more
you
levels.
last 2 weeks. I'm all right. I'm done with Hyrule Warriors. I'm like right there.
I might as well be. Well, yeah, I am right there, but I just keep playing Immortals and fucking
More
Cyberpunk.
Zelda.
So.
All right, Uncharted 4.
I love Uncharted 4.
I love it too. I think Uncharted 4, after 4 years of thinking about it, might be my least favorite of the Uncharted games.
Really, I'd say it's my favorite. I'd go opposite.
Gameplay wise, it's probably my favorite. But when it comes to the story, I feel like besides the ending's pretty satisfying. No spoilers because he hasn't played it, Adrian. But I think it's satisfying towards the end. But I feel like that game is very bloated. It's like 15 hours long.
It's long, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so many things story wise that I feel are completely unsatisfying, and also just like the humor is just completely it really falls flat for me. I can say the same thing for the Lost Legacy too.
I haven't played that.
Yeah, I just played that recently.
I think in terms of gameplay, and well, I mean, they're all fairly close enough gameplay wise.
Yeah,
But story wise, I thought it was the best one. I thought it was the most grounded.
yeah,
And I thought it was the best written, like the most, because I played 2 again this year too, and it's still great, but it's the story isn't as like crazy as it was in 2009 by like modern video game standards. Like it's kind of a fairly basic plot with
treasure
not a ton
hunting
going
guy.
on. Yeah, it's still good, but like
I kind of like that.
I felt like 4 was a lot more like complex with like more characterization. Even 3, I feel like the story in each gets progressively better.
Yeah, the story, sure, but
choice.
I feel like a lot of the character stuff was kind of lacking in the 4th game. I do really like the beginning and the ending of that game. I think those are like the 2 best examples of like story for this franchise. Because the beginning when you're just like with Elena, and then at the end what happens there, I guess what. But it's good stuff. That's good stuff. I just feel like it went on a little too long. And honestly, if you ask me right now if I remember how the plot progressed from point A to point B, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you. Like,
That's
but
fair.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you the first 3 games either. But they're way older in my brain at this point. Like Uncharted 3, the last time I played it was when it came out, like almost.
I could tell you 2s, but that's the only one I think I could off the top of my head.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah, you go to the snowy area. Remember that? Then you're in a city. I don't know, just whatever.
City. You take the train to the snowy area, and then from the snowy area, you fucking temple, and you find Shambhala.
Yeah.
All right, ranking.
Yeah, I'd still give it like a low A. I'd say.
You know what? You know what? I'm an S. I love fucking Uncharted 4.
All right. I think, does that make it an S? Though?
That's the highest.
Oh, right, it is S. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if there's one S and one A, then same thing. If there's one A and one B, it's always A.
That's fine.
All right
there, that's good.
Breath of the Wild, awesome game.
Oh, also an S tier.
Yeah, it's S tier. I really want to play that game again. I want to play it from the beginning. The only problem I have with doing that is that I don't want to look for all the fucking little Korok seed guys.
Oh, those guys.
I really don't want to do that again.
Let's get a guide.
I don't want to do that. What's the fucking point of playing the game again if I'm just gonna look at a guide the entire time?
I mean, you don't want to do it.
I didn't look up a guide for that game at all. Besides like 2 dungeons, I was having problems. But I had to.
Yeah, but if you want
I would have been there forever if I didn't look it up. But
I will say I do miss. I was not crazy about the Divine Beasts. I felt like they were all pretty fucking samey, and the bosses just being clones of each other was pretty lame. But aside from that, it's like a perfect video game in my opinion.
They go in with the Divine Beasts in Age of Calamity. You get to play as them and shit. That's when the game goes down to like single digit frame rate though. So no fun with that shit.
All right. Awesome game, love Breath of the Wild. Definitely gonna restart that game sometime in the foreseeable future.
All right, Horizon. That was a game I really wanted to play this month, but fucking, I wasn't expecting Cyberpunk to come out this month. So, I want to play Ghost after Cyberpunk. I think.
If Kyle was here, he would give it an F based on the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, he played. No, he said he played the tutorial.
Yeah.
So, well, unless that's the first 3 hours of the game, so I don't know.
All right, Persona 5. Love this. Royal's better, but love Persona 5 still. So that's a high A.
Really? Play it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, no, we all said more for Black Ops.
That's fine. I don't give a shit. Put it anywhere.
PUBG.
Battlegrounds. I'm gonna tell you right here. I really don't fucking like Battlegrounds. I think Battlegrounds is the worst battle royale game I've played of all the games. I think Fortnite's better. Ooh. I think fucking. Both Call of Duty ones are better, Warzone and Battle. What the fuck was it called? Blackout.
Yeah.
I think Apex Legends is way fucking better. I think I like Hyperscape better. Like I don't like this game at all. I really don't. Every time we played it, for the most part, I did not have a good time. Unless we were doing kind of well, then I was like just having a good time because the whole vibe of the call was fun. But like I wasn't having a good time playing it. I think the mechanics suck. I think the world itself is uninteresting. I think the graphics are bad. I think it's just not a great game. So I don't like it at all.
Controls are very convoluted.
Controls suck ass. It's a lot of running, a lot of hiding. I just don't like this type of game. I like Apex Legends though. Apex Legends does a great job of making it so like you hide a little bit of hiding and like standing your ground. But every time we played it was like standing your ground for like maybe a minute, maybe 2, and then you're fucking in the action for the rest of the game. Yeah, I'd say D. I'm not gonna go F, but I'm gonna say D. I really don't like it.
I like that it's still the most realistic of them. I
I
like
don't
that.
like that. I really don't. Like, it has a realistic. You fucking use a frying pan to block
No,
bullets.
but I mean like it's a lot more sound based, a lot slower paced.
Sure.
The more
I think
reckless
Call
you
of Duty does that too, though.
the more
Doesn't it?
reckless you get, the more likely you're gonna get killed. But like as opposed to
Yeah.
like Apex Legends, where you can once you get so good at the game, you can get reckless, and the game ends up almost trying to resemble the trailers they always
I
have for
find
that.
that
Uh,
I find that so much more interesting, though. Like, I
I
know every game is reckless, just run in there, but as a battle royale, I find that way more
I like
interesting than just like
the slow
behind
slug.
a bush, fucking aiming at shit. Like,
It's just because the slow sluggish nature sort of like really made things even more tense. Like if you made it so far up somewhere, where it's like, oh, now you really have to like take your time and
yeah.
like watch out what you're doing.
I mean, that
Um,
works for like Resident Evil, like the slow and sluggish pace and not being able to aim well because the game's broken, but it doesn't work for Battlegrounds Unknown Man or whatever it's called.
yeah. So I don't know. I personally,
I
I know
also hate the name.
I know I liked him a lot more than you guys. I definitely played it a lot more
Yeah. Oh,
when
I
I was
definitely
young.
know that.
Um,
You, I played that way more than I would have if I was by myself. I tried to play it by myself with headphones on. I did not have a good time at all.
yeah. Like I said, it's because every game I play is so fast paced. It was kind of a miracle that anything that slow paced really got
Right.
to me, but it kind of gave beefiness to everything that happened to that. Um, it's sort of like almost what Daisy was but to a more compact thing. Where I know Daisy, a lot of thing is
I
like
don't like Daisy either.
I know people say that like, oh, Daisy, like literally nothing doesn't happen for like forever, but then all of a sudden the coolest thing happens out of nowhere. That's sort of kind of what it was.
The only reason why it feels like the coolest thing is because nothing happened the last 20 hours. That's the only reason. Like, literally anything could have happened. It would have been the coolest thing ever at that point.
It's like fishing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fishing. You just oh
Yeah,
shit, there's a nibble.
if you were just going about your day and somebody handed you a fishing rod and was like, reel this in, this is why. But because you're sitting on a fucking boring ass boat all day, it's like, oh, okay, this is cool. So
I guess I personally liked it. I think the slower nature it still makes it stand out more from these other battle royale games, which are just constant nonsense going on. Which again, that makes for a better game to a lot of people. Which I get that.
Can I throw some shade too a little bit? If it wasn't for Battlegrounds Unknown, or whatever it's called, we wouldn't have Master Chief in Fortnite. So thanks a lot, you fucking assholes.
It's true.
Fuck you. And Kratos.
I'd
boy wouldn't be in your game.
I'd give it a high B. And you said what
Would
was
you
it?
give it,
High
Gore?
B. You
Yeah.
smoking crack?
I like the game, so I would still like honestly if there was a crew that I had to run with regularly, I'd probably still go back to it.
Hell no. I'd rather fucking. You don't even want to know. I'll do messed up things before playing that game.
I enjoy it. All right, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, you're dumb. Odyssey, baby, has the best
Odyssey.
song ever.
Yes, see. Also, wait, I should say that rewatching the Game Award scene, that the symphony play like Persona, and then what else did they play?
Yeah.
What else was
They
it?
play that fucking. Did they play Persona?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean from the 2017 Game
Yeah,
Awards? I thought you were talking about because when they did the Mario stuff this year, because they did a Mario Symphony, they played all the typical shit from all the games, and then when they got to Odyssey, they played fucking.
Yeah, so they did that, and then Breath of the Wild and Horizon, and always. Then they played PUBG.
Yeah, and then they got the woman out.
And then they played PUBG's music, and I turned to her. I was like, I don't think PUBG. I forget that PUBG even has music.
Yeah,
which is like the title theme, and that was it. Anyway, Odyssey is fantastic. I love it. Everything about it.
Yeah, I love
it too.
I was thinking about playing it again.
It's so incredible.
Best control in a 3D platformer probably ever.
So tight.
So good.
Just works.
Dude, the video. I got addicted a little while to watching videos of people like using the hat mechanic to jump on the hat and just to get to different parts of the map you wouldn't be able to get to normally. So just watching people jump and like climb all the way up to fucking map to get to something up there, just to use different just use different jump mechanics just to get to another star you weren't supposed to get there get to that way and stuff. Fun.
Getting 999 moons in this game is one of my personal biggest gaming accomplishments in recent memory.
And that's why you're
I think I got like 300.
That was.
I think I got like 300.
Did you put that? Did you put that on your Tinder?
That's on my Tinder. Yeah, the last 150 are just grinding for fucking coins to buy them because there's only 850 something. So that was kind of obnoxious. But
How many
this
hours did you
game,
spend in that game then?
I think I don't. It doesn't track exactly, but I think it's like 60-ish, 60 to 70.
Oh, that's not bad.
I was like maybe 15 and I was done.
I played it. I went
At a
hard.
certain point, I just kind of rushed through the rest of the game.
Also, that
Oh,
last
you're missing
level,
out.
I know. I'm gonna go back and play it. I think.
where you get Mario 64. That's a cool.
I'm sorry.
little-
Yes, but there's last level. There's 2 more levels after that.
Well,
What are you talking about?
that was the Easter egg I remember at the very end. At least I could be getting that wrong.
There's the dark side of the moon after that, and then the
Right.
darker side of the moon.
All right, Pink Floyd.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
where the
RIP.
challenge is. That's the best content in the game. But
S
it's a
tier.
phenomenal game. I prefer this to Breath of the Wild. I think I'm the only one
No,
who did
that was
year.
it was my game of the year over Breath of the Wild as well.
Well, look at us.
I think Breath of the Wild changed more in gaming that year than obviously. Look at this year, we had like 3 ripoffs. But Mario Odyssey is a great game. It's in my top 5 of that year, that's for sure. But I didn't get addicted to it like you guys did. Breath of the Wild, I fucking got addicted to. So Breath of the Wild, I could just like roam around and it would be a good time. Like, but no other game does that. The only other game that did that was Red Dead Redemption 2. Right now, Cyberpunk. Hey, Cyberpunk, I spend most of my time just walking through the
I
city.
feel like that's you all the time, though. I feel like there's very rarely a game that I hear that you're not just exploring around doing.
That's
everything.
what you're supposed to do. I feel like that. Yeah, like if you're not exploring, like if you're just going from point A to point B, getting to each mission, you're not doing this. The game.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck did I buy this then?
Yeah, why? Like, why were you waiting years? Like, remember when Fallout 4 came out? People were waiting years for that game, and all they did was use like there was like some fucking weird cap glitch or whatever to get caps, like infinite amount of caps. I'm like, why are you even fucking playing the game if you're just gonna use caps to get every single best weapon immediately?
I get
and then make the rest of the game fucking super easy.
I get exploring. I can just tell that that's definitely where you and I differ when it comes to like some games sometimes. But like for sure, like I it stood out to me. I had that realization when we were playing Godfall, where it's like. I saw a marker. I'm like, cool. I just run to the marker, but then like you're like 90 feet that way, and you're like, hold on, there's like other stuff here.
See that what you just said does not sound good at all to me. You saw a marker and you ran towards it.
Because do you remember watching me play Final Fantasy VII too? Remember that's how I was too. I just want to go do the objectives and get it done.
Well, in Final Fantasy VII, that might be the best way to play that game.
Yeah, because there's not really much in Final Fantasy VII to explore, really. I mean, until later there is, but like in the beginning.
But
I will get to that one, but
especially in Final Fantasy VII Remake, they ain't shit to fucking that's worthy to explore. There ain't anything to explore.
I know that like if we're playing a co-op game, like I know I still want to stream a way out with you, but and when we do that, sure. I know like that stood out to me for sure during Godfall, where I was like, marker, cool, and I run, and then Gore's like 90 feet that way. He's like, hold on, there's orbs.
The marker's this way, and there's like 2 other places to explore. Even in a game like Godfall, I'm like, I'm gonna explore those places first. Obviously, that's just in my blood. I need to explore what's. Obviously, they don't want me going there yet, so I'm gonna go there. That's why I love Stanley Parable. It's just like go over here. I'm like, this is
you had the Black Ops for that, huh?
In Black Ops, I went fucking crazy. In Black Ops is like, all right, then you went through the middle. I'm like, no, I didn't.
He's like, all right, I guess you did it. Right. I love the thing where he's like, and he picked up an M16, and then he picked up the gun right away at first. He's like, okay.
Oh yeah, I picked a different gun up.
No, I think I subconsciously learned a lesson to stop exploring after Fallout 3, where I'm like, we talked about that last episode.
Yeah.
Where I made
what you did is it wasn't technically wrong. I'm just saying because the way you explained it, you made it seem like I didn't even know Megaton was a place. Like
I just walked the other way.
Megaton right here, Megaton this way, and you're just like, I didn't know that place existed. It would be fine if you said, "Oh, there's a place called Megaton, cool, but I'm going to explore over here first." But you didn't even know there was a sign that said Megaton.
I think I had to have the camera like exactly like 1 pixel off the other way or something.
Yeah. It said right now. I was like, that sign says M. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go over this way.
S tier for Odyssey.
Yeah,
sure. That's fine. I give it a high A, but it doesn't matter.
S tier, baby.
That's probably my favorite Mario game besides Galaxy 2.
I agree.
God of War.
God, I love this fucking game. I went stupid on this game. Like I did all those Valkyrie. I spent like 10 hours in that like misty realm grinding, running to get all those treasure chests. I did all the fire trials. I went stupid on this game.
I only did 2 of the Valkyries. We were doing the Games Gone By thing, so it was like one of those things where I had to kind of get through it quick. And by the time we were done with Games Gone By, I was like, I beat it. That's good. I finally finished it.
I
But,
love the combat. I love the
I did too.
story. I just love the way it feels like playing. I love the world, like the world design, like the
Yeah.
Viking shit. I love Viking shit. That's like the coolest historical period for me.
Yeah.
And Kyle talks about the combat sucking in this game, but I think
don't
it's
agree.
one of my favorite combat systems. Like in a game, it feels so just satisfying to
Yeah,
hit
it
things with
feels
that axe.
it feels like you're hitting shit.
Dude,
Which,
they
Yeah.
got
love.
Thor's axe, or they got Thor's hammer right in this game faster than they actually did in the Avengers game.
Yeah. I mean, they can just. I'm sure in the sequel you're gonna get his fucking hammer. It seems predestined.
Yeah.
But
Dude, the fucking I don't want to spoil it, but there's a part in that game that I had spoiled to me, but if I didn't, I would have lost my shit. I don't
is
know
it
what
after the credits?
No, not that.
I didn't
No,
have
no.
that. I didn't know that
It
was
was
a thing.
you're on a boat, I'll just say, and there's certain things, and then you go back to your home, and then you get something.
Oh
If
yeah,
if
baby,
it was spoiled to
yeah.
me, dude, that was so fucking awesome. Even when it was spoiled to me, I was still like, because I
When the
only
music
knew.
hits.
Oh my god!
See?
And then the person shows up.
Yeah.
See that
So
see
good.
that part?
So fucking good.
We've talked about this is I still, and I'm sure I'll disagree whenever it happens, but I think God of War 2018 is a fantastic game, but as much as people disagree with me, I think it takes a lot of you playing the prior three to enhance God of War. Even though
I
it's a
disagree.
I
don't.
played it.
I only agree in the sense that he's a piece of shit in the first 3 games, and he's still.
But for example, the part you guys were saying did nothing to me.
Sure, but
cool to
like,
me, but-
games aren't all like Marvel movies where you're supposed to have these big like fucking like, oh my god, they did it. I was like,
No,
you know,
but
like
but
that's,
obviously, if that's a
like,
cool moment though to
if
everyone
the
else.
journey then the journey is the point, and these two characters bonding really is the point. More so than big like, oh shit, reference from the last game or whatever.
Yeah, but that wasn't even
Or-
like a Easter egg. It was like a straight up like, hey, we're going back to. That's like that every time I talk. I
But
hear,
even if you never played the first 3 games, you know, like even just say you never even knew there was another God of War game at all. You go there and he gets those, and you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Especially at the beginning when his kid is like
yeah,
when he's like,
don't
you
go
told me
back there.
never to go down there. And
It's like,
yeah, don't fuck around down there. But then
Yeah,
he's
don't-
like, oh, we're going down there now.
like I
Yeah.
said, it's. And I've been trying to understand this because people think of this game as like the greatest game of all time. It's not even top 10 for me. But
it's not top 10 for me, but it's a great game.
I don't even know if I put it top 20
Sure.
honestly. But
I would say it's top 5 of the last generation for me.
I'd say it's probably my top 10 for last generation.
I just think that every time I hear people talk about it, they talk about like how cool moments are like that because they're like, oh, because I get it's a badass moment, but like that part was like, oh, I guess I know something like this is a reference, but it's not hitting me whatsoever. It's like, oh, there's a cool
sure,
reference
but
going on.
even like I think you'd more freak out at like just the certain, I guess, characters that show up during that moment more so than the what. I mean, we might as well just spoil it at this point. We might as well have just said when he gets his thing. He gets his thing. Kratos gets his groove back.
Lord, forgive me. It's time to go back to the old me.
I just think I personally think that it gains a good step up. If you played the last ones, if you haven't, it's just a good game, I think.
Personally, I've like mildly like in passing played the first 2, and I've beaten the third one when it was new, and I did not really like it.
Okay.
So I didn't really have a big history with the original trilogy, and I still thought that was fucking dope.
That was my first God of War game.
I will say enemy variety is a little lacking. Too many fucking joggers, and they use that troll boss fight way too many times. So those are my only 2 issues.
And I will say,
I never felt like it was repetitive though. I always had a fun time fighting them, but they needed it a little bit more. And also, I would have liked to fight a little bit more of like humans in the game. Like you do like a very few select times. I just wanted to see him like go up to something and rip its jaw off or something, and bullets fucking squirts everywhere like in the original God of War games. But I mean, you see fluorescent green and fucking. I guess you see some red stuff. It ain't blood.
What I'm saying,
it's too fluorescent to me.
What I'm saying with God of War is definitely a more mild version of an opinion I have for something else. Solid A for me.
Okay. I'd say yes. I think that's probably my second favorite.
I would say
game of
yes.
2018. Well, Red Dead's obviously my number one, but
I go back
for
and
2018,
forth.
yeah, that's fine. I again, I don't have any problem with people saying God of War is a better game. Yeah, I just troll. I got a lot of shit for booing God of War when it won Game of the Year as a joke, but
I mean, you're not
I don't want
wrong
to get
though.
into it. That's a joke.
You're not wrong.
I go. I'm conflicted. This game fucking sucks though.
I didn't
Assassin's
play
Creed
it. So.
Odyssey. It's like
You're
take
the only one who played it, so I guess we're getting
Take The Witcher 3, make the writing awful, make the characters boring and non-existent, make the plot shitty, make it so it's like make it full of Ubisoft shitty like AAA tropes. Like Ubisoft took The Witcher 3 and put their shitty Ubisoft tendrils in it and infected it with their poison and made it awful. This game's a D. Assassin's Creed sucks.
Hey, there's Vikings in the new one though, so you like that one?
Yeah.
I
did hear it's very similar. I mean, I played a little bit of Valhalla, but I played nothing of Odyssey, so I can't tell you that if it is similar. But if it is, then it's I think you're gonna hate it either way.
I'm sure I will.
You do have those Viking rap battles though, which are cool.
I'll never play it.
Yeah. Celeste, amazing game. I'm glad I was nominated. Not my favorite game of that year, but it was great. I'd give it an A.
I fucking love Celeste. I
Yeah,
love the story. I love the challenge. I just like the vibes about it. That's nice tier for me.
I didn't play it.
All right, Spider-Man.
I'm
gonna say after Miles Morales is a low B.
It's got worse after Miles.
It got worse now after, and now
the
they changed.
content is not good in this game.
No.
It's really bad.
Which I'm going to say the same thing for a game later on this list. And I think you know exactly what I'm going to say. Yeah, Hades.
Final Fantasy is what you're going to say. But I keep seeing this game like when the consoles were launching, like and everybody was doing their best games of the generations list. Like this game was always so high up there.
It's got that Sony spin to it, where it's like everyone loves PlayStation exclusives. I think.
I think it's more than Spider-Man. People love that character.
I thought it was good. Like the main mission, like the main plot, like story missions of this game, I thought were really fun. Like best of the generation.
No, I'm with Gore. I think those stealth missions can suck my ass.
Oh yeah, those suck. Like the
no. The Spider-Man stealth stuff.
No, when you're hiding around.
When you're Mary Jane and when you're Miles Morales.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sucks so much ass. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Every time I was anyone else, I was like, give me back to Spider-Man.
I do, and it was like baby's first stealth game too. It was just
awful.
Oh, here's Rhino. Rhino's walking this way. All right, now go walk across there
in a straight line. Like, does any person in the world just go back and forth, fucking just like walking back and forth? Like,
that was like a really PS2-esque game design decision, like something but like from like a PS2 Insomniac fucking platform they would have made.
Like if Ratchet Clank had some stealth missions in some of the games, right?
that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, there you go. Actually the new Ratchet and Clank, well, not new, but the 2016 one had Clank stuff that was similar in a way.
That's my second least favorite game
PS2.
ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I loved the game when it came out. when I was playing, I was having a good time with it. I played the DLC. I platinumed it, played all the DLC, got all that stuff, did everything aside from the new game plus. I do want to eventually give it another go. Maybe sometime if there's ever a lull, I'm gonna go in and get the Ultimate Edition and see if if I'll just like it better with better performance. What I plan to do is I'm gonna play everything, just no side missions.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to play it again.
But I think as time goes on, I just don't like the game more and more. And I love Miles Morales. Miles Morales was what the game should have been. It's just cut the fat out, add a lot more personality, don't make you play as anyone else. It's a good time.
I think Miles Morales is a much better game.
Yeah.
Doing the side content, like when I got 999 Moons in Mario Odyssey, I enjoyed it more. I'm close to the platinum in Ghost of Tsushima right now. Made me enjoy it more. Doing all the content in Witcher 3 made me like it more. Getting the platinum in Spider-Man made me like kind of dislike it.
Chore, dude.
It was such an easy.
It made me kind of dislike the fucking.
It's an easy platinum too. It's such an easy platinum.
Yeah, it sucks you in it too.
Beat everything. So I didn't do the platinum, even though it's easy. I didn't want to do any of the content anymore. Yeah, it tricks you. It tricks you into
doing that.
It's easy. You just have to. you just have to do the side content. I'm like, I don't really want to do the side content, so fuck you. I ain't doing it.
You're better off for it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
It's like, that being said, I think it's like a B.
Yeah, it's a B, but I think it's highly overrated.
I give it a
do
low
too.
B. I give it a low B. It's actually close to a C plus now because Miles Morales did it so much better. But whatever. And I like the start of Miles Morales more because it's shorter and
Because there's less of it.
Yeah, there's less of it. But like even like that's like the worst version of Mary Jane I've ever seen in my life. I hated her in that game.
Dude,
So
every
much.
time I was there, I was like, Peter, just go with Black Cat, dude. Black Cat's so much better
Black
than
Cat,
fucking
so
Mary
much
Jane.
Anybody, the cop girl's better. Fucking anybody.
Miles.
Miles is better. Fuck it. Literally anybody.
Hey, and this
Rocco's
game.
better.
Hey, this game got better because it's old Peter.
I'm sorry, what?
This game got better because it's old Peter. It's not the new fucking de-aged Peter.
Yeah, but no 60 frames. Everything that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, hey, most of the time you see him, you don't see him really. He's always in the mask. So
anyway,
that was an awful decision.
That was. I agree.
Yeah, it was a terrible decision. I don't understand why they did it.
I think it kind of bugs out the story a bit, Miles Morales. But anyway,
yeah, because he's barely in it though. Honestly, he's like he's in the beginning and the end. Really,
relationship doesn't make sense anymore.
I mean, it's still it makes sense in the way that like I don't know, maybe like two high school friends now. Like if you just think of them as high school friends instead of like somebody that's supposed to be in his mid-20s.
Yeah, but you can't when he's like talking about college and his first day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Anyway, Monster Hunter World.
Didn't play enough.
All right, Red Dead 2.
S tier. Come on, man.
As probably maybe the best story in a game ever.
Best characterization, I think.
Main character of all time.
I would agree with that. I was about to say. I think.
Can we agree with this on top?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I like it better than every other Rockstar game, honestly. Like
I do too,
dude. Yeah. The fact that because Rockstar games always have this weird issue where it's like the character wants to be a good guy, but then they're stuck being an asshole other places. It doesn't really make sense. But makes sense.
This one does the opposite, where he's just like he doesn't care about being a good guy. Really, he's just an asshole and he's a bad guy, and he slowly becomes the good guy later on.
But either way, you can't really get marred by your own decisions in game because that's what you do. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You are you're an
outlaw.
Yeah, an outlaw.
I think I remember I feel like for the first few hours of this game, I was like, because I feel like the story took a little bit to pick up, and I was like, Arthur, I don't know. I feel like I miss John. Now I'm like, fuck John. Arthur.
Yeah, no, I 190,000 agree.
I love that, dude. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a part where I'm just like, no.
Yeah, Arthur. I would say this and Witcher 3, great. Like just all the content in this game is fucking awesome too. The house, all the little side things with the characters, the side quests are all great. My favorite
side quest, the random events that you'll just show. There's great moments that aren't even marked on the map at all, and you might not ever see if you don't explore the map. Like the inbred, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a few things in there that what I suggest, don't use the free the fast travel. Always explore the map. Never use fast travel. Always go different routes too. That was don't use the fast travel.
One side mission where you just go fucking fishing with this old guy on this lake. Nothing happens. You just go fishing and talk for 20 minutes. It's great. It's great. It's so good. Second or first, this and Witcher 3 to me are like my two, I think, the best open worlds.
Sure.
I go back and forth.
Yeah. Red Dead is so gorgeous, and I love exploring it. It's like that, Zelda and Witcher 3 are like the three best open worlds in my eyes. Cyberpunk is getting there though, but I need to play more.
There's a lot of cool moments. Like, I mean, for example, there's like one if you see an old guy at this place, he asks you to be his friend. You could talk to him for a little bit, and then he'll do that. And then when you play, and not to spoil it, there's something else that happens at the end, and you could pass by there, and he'll recognize you and talk about that moment again later on.
Yeah.
There's also anyone that's playing Red Dead 2 for the first time. It shouldn't go. It goes without saying is do the side missions, but there's one specific side mission where I guess I could say this detail. It's not really giving away if you don't know what's going on. You get a horse. You have to
explain. Oh yeah.
You get a horse in the side mission, and it makes it's innocuous and it really doesn't matter, but it makes a crucial moment later on in the story hit so much harder, and that scene becomes one of the greatest moments, I think. I mean, there's already two or three moments in that game that I could think of that are like just top tier scenes, but
Oh,
there's one moment that I know Gore knows what I'm talking about, where once that moment
yeah.
hits, if you've done that, it makes that scene so much more like you go
I don't
intense,
think I
dude.
know what you're talking about.
Thank you. That one.
Yeah. Um, we'll
You
talk.
I
beat
don't
it, right?
remember.
Honestly.
You beat it,
Yeah, I
man.
beat the
It's
game.
it's horse related.
I don't
I'll type
remember.
it. Well, whatever. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm making it sound more grandiose than it actually is, but like,
Yeah, it's a great moment. But
yeah,
Are you referring
it's
to
it's like
a disease?
no. I'll
Oh,
tell you
okay,
afterwards.
never mind.
Uh,
Smoke Gets All Five.
Nick says definitely one of the best this gen for sure. This might be a hard question for you guys, but can you name a better character in gaming this generation over Arthur Morgan? Because I can't.
No, he's my favorite. I think he's
This
the best
gen.
protagonist.
Yeah, I can't think of one this gen. Like I could say
Joel.
like Geralt would be on.
No.
Well, he's not this gen. I was gonna say Geralt, but he's not this gen.
I would still go Arthur over Geralt personally, and I
Yeah,
love
I'd
some
say
Geralt.
Arthur over Joel too. Honestly, like I think Arthur has way more. I don't know. He has way more development than like I think any video game character I've played as before.
That game is I grew up like loving and watching like Western movies. That was like my
Yeah, me
gateway
too.
into movies like with my dad when I was a kid. And to me, Red Dead 2 like matches a lot of those great movies that I grew up watching.
Yeah, it made me want to watch some Western right after I
It's
was like
hard
done.
it's hard to like put anyone over Arthur because Arthur has such a long and in-depth story in that game, you know. And I think I still watch to this day. Like I watched it probably like 2 weeks ago. Still, is the discussion or the conversation you guys with the nun at the end,
Oh yeah,
towards
I'm
the end.
afraid.
I'm afraid
It's
that
so
line is the facial dude. Kudos to Rockstar's
Yeah.
facial animation, but the animation
Kudos to
is
Roger Clark.
yeah, Roger Clark. Everything about that 4 seconds of just like lines spoken, the facial animation, and just everything going on is like, dude, that hit.
Top tier.
That I don't know if that moment can get past honestly, because that moment just so incredible.
Yeah,
But
it's a pretty good game.
yeah, once you get past the intro, because it does start very slow.
I don't mind. I don't mind the intro. Honestly, I love the slow. I love a slow build in a video.
I
game,
love
honestly.
that 10-hour epilogue too. I love every second of it.
Oh man, epilogue.
And,
Oh,
Red Dead
the
2,
house, dude. The house. Fucking.
Yeah.
I watched that like a month ago again, just like on repeat. Just them building that house. Fuck.
It's great.
Dude,
It's great.
Oh, the song.
not only is Red Dead 2 an incredible game, it also makes Red Dead 1 an even more incredible game too. So it just being on its nature.
Unlike a third game that came out this year, that kind of some would say maybe like belittled the first game a little bit, just a little bit.
Final
maybe?
Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
You know, some
Alright.
people would say that.
That's
Probably
actually true. Yeah, that might be true.
Sekiro.
I don't agree, but
I don't
Sekiro's
agree,
great. Sekiro's great.
I haven't played enough of it.
Game of the year.
Yeah, it's not my favorite Souls game, but it's still great. Super smooth, super fun. I mean, it's still the same core.
Are you happy that
core principle?
Are you happy that the Souls guys, what are they called, From Software, finally got recognition though? Because they haven't they haven't won anything until now.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's definitely top 2 of that year for me. I really liked Star Wars a lot, but I would say maybe low A for Sekiro.
Okay, I haven't played enough of it really. I haven't.
Okay, Control.
Control. What a great fucking game this is. I just bought it on PS4 again. When that PS5 update comes out, I'm gonna play through the entire game again because I'm a fan. Good shit. Had some performance issues, but the story itself is weird. The gameplay is excellent. All the abilities you get, all the transformations for your little gun. It is definitely, when it comes to story, like one of the most unique games you'll ever play. It's so
very
fucking strange. I love it.
right out the gate. It's bizarre as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it starts to you start to get so into the world and stuff. It starts to make sense in its own way.
Yeah, I that.
And you're not like just the entire time going like, "What the fuck." You start to understand, and I love it. I really do. It has a great main character, Jesse Faden, cool character. really, really cool world to explore. A lot of content too. You can spend like 40 hours in this game, like just doing side shit and stuff. Or you can just get through the story if you want. It's also really challenging, really hard at times. So yeah, I'd say an A.
I didn't play it.
Great. It's great. It's great.
Right there.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Cool. Death Stranding. Didn't play this. Why? I played
Play it.
I played 12 hours of it. And I just didn't play. Just put it there. That's fine.
Resident Evil 2 remake. So fucking good.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
I think I talked about this before. For me, with like stuff like Mr. X, like I'm kind of like that's like scary to me for like 20 minutes, but then I kind of get over it, and it becomes fucking annoying to me.
See,
that's kind of what I felt.
I get that. Because I mean, once you get so far into the game, he's like, "All right, motherfucker." It's like it's not annoying, but it's like more frustrating because you're like, "Oh, this motherfucker's right there," but his presence is still so terrifying. Like the way he has to, like, crawl in between like door frames. Sometimes he just shows the fuck up right there. You don't really realize it. I think him as a presence is still scary, but definitely once you get past the first like half an hour of it, you're definitely more annoyed and frustrated by it. But I think that's not a bad thing. I don't think. I think that's still definitely like, motherfucker, he's still there, and you got to get away still because he's still gonna kill your ass.
Even in my like third playthrough, which I never finished, I played it twice. That's good enough. My third playthrough, like especially when you're doing the B-side playthrough, like he's already kind of there. Every time he showed up, I was fucking like, I was on the edge. I was the only thing I was annoyed by is that I was on edge.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the on edge.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I was just talking about what Matt said.
Sure. Nick goes, sad it didn't get any wins because honestly, I don't find it made two flaws in that game.
That game it has some glitches, I guess, but when it comes to like what the game is, it's really like the gunplay is great. The graphics are amazing.
Everything's fun about it.
Yeah, and I think it's the best Resident Evil game since 4. Honestly, I love 7, but
no, I stand by that.
I think Resident Evil 2 is just a little bit better than that one. And honestly, I like 7 and 2 more than 4, but whatever. Both 2s also.
I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it as much as a lot of people did, but I don't know. I thought it was good. Maybe like a high B for me.
Okay. I don't know if I'll say high A.
I put a high A.
I want. Yeah, there you go. So somewhere in A. I almost want to say S because I really had no problems with it, and I do want to go back to it. But yeah.
All right, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Hell yeah, my favorite 2019 game.
It's Smash. It's fun.
I like it.
Yeah, Smash is pretty much always like an A for me. Like it's a great time with friends. It's just like a really fun party game. I don't take it like competitively or seriously or anything. I know how to dodge roll. That's about as far as I get.
I will say I'm more interested in it for what they will add. I mean, that's safe to say.
I think that's the cool thing is every time there's a character reveal, it always stops the internet.
It's always fun. It's always good time.
Which, by the way, I was going to say
Thursday, right?
I was going to suggest for next week's Ranksters, we should rank Smash reveals.
Okay, all of them? That's a good idea.
From Smash 4 to Smash Ultimate, Smash reveals.
Yeah.
What about Brawl? You're going to discount Sonic and Brawl?
Yeah, because Sonic's thing was like him showing up at the very end of the game and doing a cool little like pose, and I was all right.
Well, that's pretty good. That's a
I feel like people would
technically,
especially you're watching it, people lost their shit.
Technically, Sonic got revealed in a blog post on the fucking website.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people probably, and a lot of these characters probably got revealed in a leak too. So
no, and he was on the back cover of the game too.
Well, but there was a trailer before the game came out. I'm assuming.
No.
All right, let's rank Smash.
There was no trailer before the game came out.
No, not
it's Sonic. Single trailer.
No, the Smash reveals got started in Smash 4, like the one where they're showing. New
I know, but you just said he was in a trailer, and then he like gives
he was in the end of the story mode. Is what I'm saying. He like because he was the last.
That would have been a big reveal.
He was the last minute addition, so he like everyone's like trying to find the thing, and you see Sonic do a little spin dash in there and not say anything. There's no voice. He just gives a. All right, Sonic's here, I guess.
Okay.
But we'll do Smash reveals maybe next week if you guys want to do that.
That's cool. I have to rewatch them all, but yeah.
I love Smash is an S tier for me. I love that they went
Alright.
in and added every single character in.
I'll give it an A.
So much fucking content in it. It's nuts.
We'll give it an A.
Yeah, give it an A. I always enjoy Smash Brothers, but I'm not like a Smash Brothers guy.
Yeah.
You're not a Smash bro.
No.
All right, Outer World.
Hey, did you get this, Gore? Did you get this for
I'm
20?
not a child molester, so.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you get this for 20, Gore?
Yeah, I did. I bought it. It got shipped today.
Hell yeah.
It's coming. The best version of the game coming to me. The Switch version of Outer Worlds. I heard it's actually better. It runs better than Cyberpunk.
On Switch.
Everybody's gonna say that. Everybody's gonna say that for every fucking game now. So it's like, yeah, it runs bad.
Yeah, big rigs.
Cyberpunk.
I'm already sick of that joke. I'm already sick of that joke, and it hasn't even really been made yet.
Yeah, I'm already sick of it too.
Big rigs.
Big rigs. It runs better than big rigs. I don't think so.
Hey, it doesn't crash on me.
Well,
it's going to be those like.
Honestly, I don't think Big Rigs ran poorly. I think it just was a bad game.
It's going to be like a 2006 meme of like a picture of Superman 64, a black box around it, and the white text still runs better than Cyberpunk.
Yup.
I haven't played enough Outer Worlds to rank this.
I didn't play it.
I loved it. A tier, some great characters. It really is like the best Fallout game since New Vegas. Like they should. I mean, I can't wait for their Skyrim game too. Avowed, right?
Yeah.
Not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. Everybody calls Elder Scrolls a Skyrim now, the Skyrim series.
Which they might as well have just like waited a couple months and said, "Hey, Obsidian, shh, we're gonna buy Bethesda. Just wait, we'll get you Fallout New Vegas too."
No, I think Outer Worlds is great. I think that what they did with Outer Worlds is, first of all, it looks gorgeous. Love the art design. I love all the characters. I'm glad they did that, because if they just did another Dusty Wasteland kind of thing, then it would have felt like, especially with that art design, it wouldn't have matched. But what they did was so good. So hopefully they don't. I would love a New Vegas too, but I kind of want Outer Worlds too, honestly.
I personally would. I mean, I'm sure I would really like Outer Worlds because I love New Vegas, but I mean, we got to get that New Vegas 2, baby.
Yeah, New Vegas 2 would be cool. I would not be upset. I would not be upset.
I would be fine if they just canned Avowed and just started working on New Vegas 2.
No, I think
of Avowed is New Vegas 2. Now it's fantasy. Would you be pissed?
That'd be something.
All right, we're on this year's
salty.
This year's Game of the Year stuff. Let's wrap this up now.
Well, hey, first of all, move Last of Us Part 2 in the front, because that was the Game of the Year.
Oh.
Got to talk about that first. That's what we've been doing. All of them been Game of the Year.
Sure. Last of Us Part 2. I'm the only one that played this game.
Yeah, as much as I would love to shit all over this game, I didn't play it, so I can't, in good faith, give it a rank. I mean, I feel like I'm very familiar with all the plot beats, and I hate all of them. But I did not play it, so I will not rank it. It'll be fair.
Yeah.
I mentioned this on Blue Rupees.
When
we do our Game of the Year
brave
stuff.
Storytelling.
When we do our Game of the Year stuff, I'm going to go in and actually have my rant, because I could talk to Gore about the more intricate details about it, and we're going to get a spoiler cast of that. I respect the balls that Naughty Dog had to tell this story, because it's as much, even if no one likes it, it's a big story jump to do what they did. I think they did it incorrectly. I think there was better ways without making it look like it was shock factor. I think this game was 10 hours too long. I think actually I was in GameStop yesterday, and the guy, there's always two little counters of people take orders, and one of the guys is asking like, "Hey, what do you think of Last of Us?" And the guy's like, "Oh, you're not gonna like my opinion of it, so we'll probably talk about another game." He's like, "All right, well," because then I guess he recommended Ghost of Tsushima afterwards, which was cool, good for that. But he mentions, I think this is kind of where a lot of people resonate too with this, and that's why I don't think a lot of the people, because my big issue with the fan base is that you can't hate this game without being
a sexist or like
just a bad person.
That's a bad. You don't like gay people. Yeah. You don't like women. I'm like, no, I just don't like generic storytelling. Like that's what I get from the story. Gameplay wise, I'm sure it's amazing.
Gameplay wise is the best one, aside from some of the enemies which are more just bullet sponges. Because I feel like in Last of Us One, every character,
Last of Us One had that too.
every character still had like you hit them and you felt like you did damage. Some of them you don't even look like you do damage.
Sure. Well, okay, human characters I don't know
Sure.
about. Well, they had armored characters in Last of Us One, right?
Sure,
Humans?
but there's like
I could have they had.
There's straight up a bullet.
I was talking about the fucking clicker. What was the one? The big one.
There's
the big one you had
that.
to like. I hate the bloater guy or whatever the fuck it's called. I hated those. I was just like, all right, come on, man. I have to use all 20 bullets I have because I scavenged to kill this fucking thing. It's just stupid.
I think the way they did the story structure was not good. It's like two separate stories with an epilogue at the end, and they went the whole, all right, here's a thing, here's a climax, cliffhanger, all right, it started all over again, here's a thing, No, that was too much. And then I think go back to that GameStop thing is this year was just not the year for this game, man. Like this the time and place. If this game came out last year, I think people would have been a little more open minded towards it. But I just don't think in the middle of a pandemic where everyone's already stressed out and all that, and that's why Animal Crossing sort of stood out in terms of being like the perfect 2020 game. You know, where it's like something bright, visual, and fun, and something people can take their mind off of. And say what you will, I think Neil Druckmann, and it's funny because the GameStop dude remembered it too. The way he advertised this game was way bad, and he's not gonna take it. He can take it back all he wants. It's true though. I think. He said the first game is all about love, and when he was talking about this game when he first made it, it's like, oh, this game is about hate. He took it back and said that, well, the game is more about love because you love someone so much you're doing what you're doing. No, it's straight up a revenge quest, and you're doing it for 20 hours. And my issue with this too is that Last of Us 1 is a game you can get through especially if you're doing well and not really spending too much time in it. You get through maybe like 2 or 3 sittings in 10 hours. And shit, if you play the game before, it's like a 7-8 hour game, so you can finish it like in even an afternoon, like a whole day if you want to spend that. But either way, what I'm trying to say is when you have a 20+ hour game like The Last of Us 2, being so emotional draining every single time, you don't want to keep waking up and playing that game and going back to that mindset of just hate.
I hate everything. Well, I mean, that's where you're going back into anyway because you don't like the fucking game, so.
You know what I'm saying though? Like it's a game that you keep waking up and you're like, all right, time to get some revenge for like a week or 2 straight if you're playing this game. And that's just what you keep doing. And honestly, at the end, I didn't give a fuck. I'm just like, I'm over it. Because the problem is, think about logistically.
They kind of ruin characters.
Think about logistically. Last of Us, the franchise, 10-hour game, Last of Us 1, 20-hour game, Last of Us 2. It might even be more than 20 hours.
No, it's way more than 20 hours. I've heard if you don't rush through it, it's like 25.
Yeah, it's never more than 20 hours. So let's just for.
And to be fair, Last of Us 1, you're saying that's the quickest. It's definitely not a 10-hour game.
Yeah.
Okay, so either way,
like almost a 15-hour game.
For math's sake, 10 hours, 20 hours. They're both getting cut down some hours. You spend 2/3 of the franchise redeeming the first third of the franchise now. You have now lived 2/3 of the franchise without the certain thing that happened in the beginning of the game. So now you're spending more time upset about something that is not even the majority of the franchise anymore.
Right.
It's just logistically it does not make sense. Like it's they should have done something else. And again, I will talk about this because I've thought about this long and hard for a long time on what they could have done to do this. And this story could have worked 100% if they had someone else that was there above Neil Druckmann's storytelling to tell him no, because it felt like no one was there to tell him no. He wanted to do stuff.
George Lucas syndrome.
Yeah, it's honestly what it felt like.
He had two hit games because he directed Uncharted 4 also. And
because he had someone else with them. Didn't he have another co-writer that left with him? So it was just like Neil Druckmann just doing it alone or something. I could have sworn that's what it was. Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann were the ones that did Last of Us 1, and Bruce Straley left or something.
Bruce Straley left.
Yeah,
I'll take all the talent with me.
From what to me, like Last of Us 1, as much as like, you know, I said, I still thought it was like a pretty fucking good game, even though I don't think it's like an S. The story was about like a lot more
Oh, wait,
And
100%
whereas
is.
the sequel is legit just like
hate.
I'm
Just
mad,
revenge.
let's get revenge. Whereas the first one was about way more than that. And not only is like the story just so much dumbed down, like the characters are just not that fucking interesting compared to Joel and Ellie in the first game.
Yeah.
So
From what I've
you get
seen,
what you
they're
get.
not. Well, that's another thing. Like a revenge story works for like an action game, which technically this is, but like this isn't like a Doom Eternal that would work for Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Doom
John
guy wants to
Wick.
get revenge on John Wick. There you go. But when it comes down to like a game like this that really wants to tell its story, when it's all just like I need to kill Abby, I need to kill whoever, Abby needs to kill Ellie now. It's just like back and forth. It's just like I don't know. I know there's a lot more in the story than just that. We're making it seem like it's just that, but there's a lot of like background stuff in it too.
No, there's 100% a lot more. And like I said, I still enjoy the game. Like it's still like on my top 10. Obviously, I'm not like the one. I'm not gonna say it's not my top 10. It's probably in my top 5 still. But it just sucks that something was so poorly done. I think they could have done it. Could have worked. This whole thing could have worked. But it just someone wasn't there to tell him no or to tell him do something a little bit different with it. I respect his gusto. I respect what he wanted to do with it. I respect that he did it. But he could have did it better.
Yeah. There's a lot of indie movies out there that go fucking dark and edgy.
That's
too,
what I think.
I don't give credit to somebody that has all the control he wants doing something edgy.
We've talked about this.
Like maybe if this was like a Call of Duty game, then I'd give it credit.
Expectations subverted. Boom.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Last Jedi over again. You thought Joel was gonna be a character? Nope.
I'm gonna say this. I think it makes us. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna make us sound snobby, but I think if people that enjoyed the story went out above video games and had more stories and watched those incredible movies and watched like read any really good books that did the story properly. Again, I think in another universe, this game was done exactly the same story, told the exact same messaging, paced differently or structured differently. Perfect, and I would have been fine with it. Again, the issues that did it are just out of place and don't make sense to me at the end of it. Is if the main catalyst of Last of Us 2, if that happened in say the last 2/3, and that was the climax, and that was like, oh shit, everything's going down, everything's going to hell. Now I'm upset because now you spent this whole fucking trek, and now I spent 20 hours on this thing in this relationship. Now let's spend the last little bit hours of redeeming that, as opposed to the opposite end. Now it's weighted all differently. I'm gonna get into like a full ass discussion, which hopefully Gore and maybe even David can talk about. But
I can.
But I do want you to see the more interesting. There's still in between stuff. But
I know some of the stuff that happens, like this whole cult is a fucking
Sure, but I'm talking about like character developments inside of it.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure Abby's a great character, and she won the Game Award.
I think Ellie deserved it even over her. I think.
I don't know. Everything I've seen of Abby just makes her seem like a fucking really like a flat line of a character. But
she's not a flat line. She's a good character, but the problem is that you're pitting a brand new character who you start developing halfway through the second game against a well-beloved character.
Yeah, well, I think that's supposed to be the point. Like, you don't know this character, and you're like, oh, fucking hate her for what she did, and then it's like halfway through, it's like, all right, let's pause real quick. Let's go back to the beginning. I'll let you know why you like her. Oh, she pets the doggies. Oh, yeah, what a good person. And look at Ellie. Ellie, you're fucking stabbing people in the throat. What an evil person.
It doesn't help that character is not even backed up by anyone that she cares about either. Like, she's regarded as an asshole a lot too. So
pregnant lady that goes into battlefields pregnant.
Last of Us gets a high B.
Absolutely retarded. If I saw that in Gears of War, I would understand. Not fucking Last of Us.
I just chainsaw instead of Gears.
I wish Abby had a Lancer. She fits with those broly ass arms. So.
I give it a high B.
Why did Neil Druckmann think it was a great idea to have a character that looked like she was straight out Gears of War?
I don't mind that whatsoever. That doesn't bother me.
I know I can explain it, but like, why though? She's like,
that's the kind of thing. But I mean, an otherwise like well written game that I wouldn't care about, but when like the game itself
that's explained
great,
why.
It's just something.
I know it's explained,
but I mean, I don't have an issue because I'm in the apocalypse. I'm sure someone's gonna spend all their time fucking weight.
Sure, but why does it
Shooting
have to be in the like the ninth character? I'm just gonna guess ninth character we're introduced to in this franchise has to have these giant mega arms and shit. I'm like, shouldn't everybody look like shitty and fucking like even Joel? Like, even though he's a badass, he's not like fucking like
He's
rollied out
old.
and stuff. He's older. In the first one, he's like in his late 40s.
You'll see. There's something behind, and that's not even.
Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's like 50 something, and he looks like he'd beat the shit out of all three of us combined. He jumped him.
Anyway, that's a high B. Animal Crossing. Talk about something completely different.
Animal Crossing's amazing. I love it. I don't even like this franchise that much, honestly, but this one was great. I want to go back to it. It's really fun, very colorful. I like picking up food. I like to make things. It's really funny. It's great. It made my life better. It cured my aunt's cancer. I was gonna combine AIDS and cancer. Are you
gonna say your aunt's cancer?
Yeah, my aunt's cancer. It made me happy.
I think the timing of it was impeccable for everyone. This game's selling like
they knew. I think Nintendo knew.
Yeah,
Nintendo probably caused the virus.
Oh, I was thinking that
this game is fast tracked to sell probably the most on the Switch, which is kind of wild.
And Reggie's just rubbing his hands like.
Well, no, he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's what he wants you to think. He's in the shadows, controlling it all like a puppet.
Oh, is that what he does in the shadow?
You know what? I just said it out loud here. If I end up being dead tomorrow, you know why. So you guys are gonna die too.
Reggie felt animal.
I didn't play this one.
I think it's fun.
I think it was such a nice like timed game and everything what we exactly needed right then.
Yeah, but the exact thing we needed at that time was Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal, same day.
I love people. They say, "Hey, people need to have therapy somehow." Some people get it with like having a good time with their friends. Some people just want to kill
murder some demons. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Hey, Doomslayer, he should have won best. How come they don't do best character of the year anymore? I actually just realized that
because if they do that, Doom Guy's not getting it. Like never.
Well, it's usually best new character, so he would have been nominated in this one or the last one anyway. But
speaking of,
yeah,
Doom Eternal, baby.
I'm gonna say S because it really is a phenomenal sequel that doesn't just rely on the original 2016 game's gameplay. It is a completely different game, and I love it. I love that it wasn't just more.
I'm gonna get a little silly the way I say this score, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. I promise. Is one of the most upsetting things that happened. Because I know how much you like Doom, and when I got you the helmet too, because I know you would like that. So the extra one. One of the most upsetting things that happened, like I'm not bullshitting, was when you got the game and you were not in the right mindset for it, so you put it off for a while, and then you played the beginning, you weren't even feeling it. That was legitimate. Like that was disheartening to me because I know you fucking love Doom, and that's like one of your games. So that was like really upsetting because I know how much you care about it and love Doom and everything. And then this is the sequel that you were waiting for. Which, hey, if it came out last year, it would have won Game of the Year.
For me, probably, yeah, definitely, yeah. Like it should have came out last year, but they needed a few more months. Hey, I didn't hear anything about crunch. I didn't hear about anything about crunch in this game. So
hey,
maybe there was. Who knows?
Yeah, the game direction isn't good apparently.
Hey, and I love the director, the two guys, Marty Stratton and Hugo.
Weaving.
Fuck, I forgot his last name. Weaving. Yeah, Hugo Weaving. I forgot his last name, but those two guys are great.
Dude, can I say this?
They did a commentary for the fucking speed run. It's hilarious.
Listen,
what the fuck is this guy doing?
Dude, it was like so sad actually watching the Game Awards and seeing the guy that was there. He had his Doom shirt on and just nothing at the Game Awards. Dude.
Nothing. They didn't get shit. I guess Doomslayer has a child. Give him a kid in the next game and make it a dramatic story. He's sad about the kid dying or something.
That dude, legitimately.
There you go. Then you win.
Legitimately, I hate that.
I guess video games need to make you cry at the end.
Dude, legitimately, I was having this conversation with fucking someone on Facebook where it's like,
ridiculous.
Someone was like, yeah, games need stories now. Like, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Because someone mentioned like, oh, the gameplay's not good, but but the story's really good. It's like, it's a fucking video game first. It's a fucking video game. Like, it's a game.
Gameplay is not important to a game. What the fuck?
It's the problem is a lot of people don't fucking watch movies. All they do is play games, so that's all they get their stories off of. And like, cool if that is, but it's like at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game, and I hate that we've gotten to a point in the Game Awards or anything in general where a video is that, and that's low key. That's also why I appreciate Giant Bomb a lot. Is they always give their game of the year to something. It's whatever they had the most fun with. It's just whatever they fucking played and had fun with. That's what it is.
I'll give them that.
They don't care like, oh, this dramatic story. Which, hey, Last of Us is one of my favorite games of all time, and that was a fucking sad story. Walking Dead's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I love the gameplay in Last of Us.
And we
talk
about Red Dead 2 having some incredible moments, but the game is still
Red
fucking.
Dead 2 has dude, walking into someone's house in Red Dead Redemption 2, and they're just like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" And just having like kind of like a. I love it. I love just like walking into town and you just see somebody you don't like. You're like, and you just antagonize them, and then you just start getting into a fist fight, and then the cops come. It's great. And then you have to spend time in a jail, or you could do the cool thing and just massacre the entire town, and then you can't come back to that town for like a solid like couple hours of gameplay. It's so good. I love it.
Doom Eternal.
The bounty hunters coming to get you, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get behind this rock and wait for these motherfuckers to show up.
Yeah,
I want to play Red Dead now.
Doom Eternal is just. I'm gonna play it soon, but it's just a fucking fun game.
Good. Yeah, because like I wasn't feeling it at first, not just because the game is just like not
sort of everything in general.
Because I didn't want to play anything that was like really like too tense or whatever. I intense and stuff.
You did the opposite. You did the opposite of what I imagined. You were like
after the first couple levels. After that, I got addicted to it.
You were the opposite of what I imagined, though. You played Animal Crossing over Doom Eternal, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, well, Animal Crossing makes more sense to play at that point because I was just not.
Yeah, I was just not. I'm glad the turnaround happened, and you got Doom in there.
I'm gonna play that game again.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
All right, I don't like the side content at all. I don't think a single side mission I liked in this game. All of it shit. All of it sucks. I don't care.
No. Was that side mission with the funny guy that was drunk that you had to backtrace everything? Was that?
Oh, that was the worst.
You like that one?
That was in Walmart. That one sucked. Yeah, I did all the side quests.
I did all.
Yeah, the side quests are weak, and there's way too many fucking sewers and laboratories.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I think I like this game more than how good the game actually is.
Oh, okay.
Because of my personal bias, like I love Final Fantasy, but that's not to say I think the game is bad. I think it's a really fucking good game.
I think it should have been an action adventure though, not fucking RPG.
It's not an RPG.
It's barely an RPG. It's like as much. It's as much an RPG as Doom is. Like Doom, you could like equip new mods to your guns, and
I'm sorry, that should have been action adventure
a little bit.
And Yakuza should have fucking won Best RPG.
Yeah, I really did.
You know what? It honestly should have been fucked. I wouldn't have even cared if it was just straight linear. That might have been like.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much was. Almost.
If you do the side quests, there's a lot of fucking running back.
I know. I did all the side quests. I hated.
Did you like shimmying in between something every other time?
Well, obviously hiding loading screens. Like that wasn't obvious. Like,
but I did
when God of War did it. It was really clever, and when Final Fantasy VII did it, it was so obvious.
When this game was on, though, it was on for me. I still really fucking liked it. Like, I love the story. I liked the ending and all the weird places they went with it. I don't give a fuck what the haters say.
Even though I hope they changed the voice actor for that guy at the end.
Yeah,
everybody else was really good, and then when he started talking, I was like, oh, it's like.
Yeah. Aside from the sewers and laboratories being visually, the game I think could have been a little bit. I know it's all in Midgar, but still, like, should have done a little bit more visual flair.
Yeah.
And the side quests are not great. But aside from that, I feel like it could. I don't know. It's an A for me.
Yeah, I give it a low A. I still think it's in my top 5. I just hate the side content. But I will say, I guess this counts as side content if you want to do the little mini games and stuff in Wall Market. Because you don't need to do that. Yeah, you don't need to do all of those for the story missions. If you want, that stuff was fun. I like that stuff. I just like simple mini.
I didn't know that Lance Bass from NSYNC voiced Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. A lot of weird people voiced Sephiroth in the past. The guy that voices him now, Billy Zane voiced him once. The guy that voices him now is the guy that plays Superman and Supergirl.
Hell yeah.
which is that TV show, which I was like, what the fuck? And I think the guy that plays Cloud is in a CW show also. And I think the guy that plays
Yeah,
Cloud is really
I
good
remember. Oh
actor.
yeah, there was.
Yeah.
It was just called a CW game for a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got a lot of CW actors, which was very weird. I think the guy that played Sephiroth did a great job, though.
Um,
I thought the voices were all pretty good.
Yeah,
Badger?
Badger was perfect as Wedge. I was like, how like, because we never really heard what Wedge talked like before, but then I hear Badger's voice coming out of that character. I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
it's been
this. This is what my argument with God of War was. I think this game is not that great if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII. I think it's okay.
I honestly don't
think-
remember a lot about
Crazy.
Final Fantasy VII.
I don't-
Like, I haven't played it in 20-something years, so I don't remember. And I was a kid when I played it, so most likely I didn't really pay attention or understand what the fuck was going on in the story. But to be fair, the first 3 hours of the original game is this entire game, so you don't really need to know a lot.
You don't even
What's
know
going on?
anything. I mean,
Yeah,
it
you
makes
really
it
don't.
better. It makes it better because, like, you see, like, I mean, no, it's
It's
definitely
so
enhanced a lot.
It's so nostalgia
sure.
filled, dude. And like I
Yeah,
don't have any pre-existing
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
Which is why I have like a personal bias towards it, I guess.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
everyone does. I think I don't have any personal connection with anyone.
know.
So like Jessie was far and away my favorite person in that game, and that was
Yeah, she's
that was,
barely in the original game, so
Yeah.
it's like yeah, same thing with Wedge and fucking the other guy.
Are we Team Aerith or Team Tifa here, boys?
Oh, Tifa for sure. Like Aerith, I think they're making it a very clear that that's gonna be something.
I
don't
did.
spoil it, but
I do like
it's
some
cool.
of the corny moments, like what was it when Aerith?
Oh, I
Like,
love all the corny.
and
moments.
we're
I
gonna
love them.
crush them or something like that. She got like I forget what the line
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
She said like what'd she say to Sephiroth at the end? She was like she cursed at him at one point. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up, Aerith. Like, dude, I got a big ass sword. I forgot what she said. She's like she like said shut the hell up or something like that to her. I don't know.
For me to discuss this game, I feel like I would have to get into like beyond what I've already said. I would have to get into like theories and like references to the old game and like theory crafting what the new and I'm not going to get into all that right now.
And I love the theory that it actually is not really a remake, but it's
a side
thing,
alternate
or,
dimension. Yeah, Which
that,
could
or
be.
it's even a sequel in a way, or something like that, which is teased at the end.
Well, I mean, Aerith seems to know the events of the original game.
They're gonna switch something up.
Dude, when she
They're gonna
told
switch-
my theory. I want to know my. Can I say my theory? That's really spoiler. For the original Final. Can I spoil Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, he
Like
never
the original.
Yeah,
he
no,
never
everyone knows. Everyone knows
Okay.
what you're hearing.
I think they're going to let you
but there's
choose.
a lot of stuff you might not know.
I think because Aerith seems to be aware of her own death
Mhm.
in the remake. She knows that
kinda
she's
see
destined
it.
to die.
I think
You
a couple times
see
kinda
the
glimpses
temple.
of it. Yeah,
You see
do.
like the materia that she drops when she's
Yeah, she
stabbed,
drops
like
when
roll
she gets
across the thing. I think they're going to have you choose between Tifa and Aerith. I think you're going to be able to save one of them, and the other one's
or
gonna die.
yourself. How about yourself and Aerith? Would that be more interesting?
No, I think it's going to be Tifa or Aerith. I think.
I think you're
But
that.
why did Sephiroth kill Tifa? So they like I understand why
Because it's just going to be fucking different. I think that's just what they're going to do.
I think they're going to do. They're gonna fake you out.
Barrett or Aerith.
But I think it's going to be dependent on player choice. I think they're going to kill one of them,
or
and that could
whoever
be a real
you
shock,
bond,
too.
whoever you bond with the most, or something like that.
You know what?
Could
I
die,
have a vision. I have a vision of it just being like it looks like it's just going to be that, and then like maybe Tifa pushes Aerith out of the way, and then she gets killed.
Yeah,
like there's no actual choice. That's just.
I even think there's gonna be a choice. I think it would just be a fake out, and it's gonna be the most obvious fake out of all time. I think.
Or Sephiroth doesn't kill him.
That'd be still fucking wild.
Sephiroth at the end of this game seemed like he wasn't like. There's something about him when he said that like you have 7 seconds or whatever, right? That was like the thing he said.
Yeah, who knows what that? Like I
what
said,
the
I don't
fuck
want to
does
get
that
too
mean?
much into theory craft.
Hey,
that's
really,
excited. That's the kind of remake I like, where it's just like, hey, we're going fucking crazy.
Yeah,
we'll give you all the stuff you want to see, but then we're gonna go crazy.
I can't wait to also see the end in about 12 years too. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, I'll be dead by then.
Nick goes Square Enix be getting some interesting people for their voices. They got an actress from Glow to play Tifa, and
really?
And we remember all the people they got from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, well, they got dude, they got some weird
Haley Joel.
Haley Joel Osment. They got Rutger Hauer to play in the third game. Who's the bald guy with the beard?
Xanor, yeah.
Xanor, yeah, Kratos. No, they got Rutger Hauer, and then he died, so they had to get somebody else. It's voice him in the
Um,
DLC.
I
Leonard Nimoy voices him, I think, in one of the games too. The same character. I
I
don't know why I know all this shit.
I think this game will be better because I'm going to play Final Fantasy 7 soon. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
make Gore watch Advent Children with me. Um,
I hate Advent Children. I can't. I
Yeah.
really.
We're
Yeah,
gonna-
he agrees. Thank you. I
no,
think
no,
a lot of people don't
everyone
like it.
says that's not a good movie, but people just watch it anyway.
Dilly dally shilly shally.
I did hear from Maximilian dude to watch Advent Children complete though if we do watch it. So
I don't think I've ever watched.
yeah, he said
I
that.
watched, I watched it when it first came out. So
As he
whatever
said,
that
he
one
said that Advent. Do not watch the original one. Watch complete. It doesn't fix the story, but it makes it a whole lot better.
was. Okay.
He said it's still a shit movie, but it makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah, it's a really shitty movie.
Anyway,
I
Also
really don't like it.
important, kind of important for a lot of the stuff from that movie is in remake, but
Yeah,
we should rank this bitch. I'm gonna be getting an A.
I give it a B.
I'm gonna give it a low A because I think the combat is great. I think it's a great combination of the turn-based and the
Yeah, I
stuff
thought
you
it worked
come to
well.
expect. Yeah.
I think I'll like it more when I
And
play it
I'm
at
not a
7.
fan of turn-based anymore, honestly. Unless they do something really cool with it, I don't want to ever see turn-based again. But yeah, like Yakuza seems cool. They're doing something unique with it. I think
fuck,
so. That I'm okay with.
There's two series I want to play next year.
Yakuza
and Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
Metal Gear Solid.
I want to
Amazing
make.
Yakuza sucks.
You can.
I tried to play
You
Yakuza
can.
Zero like last
You can
month,
suck
and
my
just-
dick, dude. I already know you're wrong.
Yakuza Zero, dude. I bought it last month on sale because my friend is fucking obsessed with it, and he's been begging me to play it. I could not get.
You're
dude,
fucking
I
wild,
don't know.
dude.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
Anyway.
so slow and janky. It's slow as
To be
fuck
fair,
and
I
janky.
didn't lose interest when I first played it, but I know it's just because there was so much out. There's always so much out, but that was like right before Breath of the Wild and Nier and all these other fucking games. When I first played Yakuza Zero, I was just
I
like,
just completed my Yakuza collection. I have them all physical now, so I'm gonna do that
Oof.
soon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I got
But
most of them.
I'm planning on hopefully this year was kind of knocking out random games in my backlog. I think next year is gonna be about just trying to complete some of these series finally.
Actually, I have them all besides Kwame 2, I think, but it doesn't matter. I can just play those on Xbox.
You wanna buy my copy of Kwame Chu? I still need to sell it.
Yeah, I got $5. Give me
game.
give me
Ghost of Tsushima.
This is all you,
Tsushima.
Matt.
I'm playing this right now.
I played a few hours.
I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm about 40 hours in. I've got it paused on my TV right next to me now, actually.
He's waiting to play it.
I'm getting close. I think this is my top.
close.
This is my top 2 of the year with Final Fantasy because those are the only 2 games I played from this year.
Well,
But,
yeah, I guess that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. But no, it's great. I think the story is really good. The combat is really fun. A lot of good. The side quests I think are really strong. The world is gorgeous. Maybe the best looking game world like I've ever seen. Stunning looking game. I really like the protagonist and like the inner conflict he's battling within himself.
Yeah, because he was the samurai, and now he's
the ghost.
I guess he's like a Ronin. That means, right? Because he doesn't have a master anymore.
No, he
Isn't that
does.
what a Ronin is?
He
Well, yeah, I guess
does.
he does,
He's a straight up samurai. He's the de facto ruler of the island. But I won't explain it too much. But I will say there is like some like Ubisoft type like base clearing and like enemy encampment, like a lot of like collectibles and stuff like that, like filling out the map by clearing out bases.
I'm okay.
But I enjoy the combat and the stealth and like the hybrid between the two enough to where it doesn't really bother me. So I'm really digging this game so far. I do like a high A for it.
Is it when you do the base? Because I only played like maybe 5 or 6 hours, honestly. And I did like no story stuff after you're done and you could freely explore. I was just like, I'm going to explore, baby. And I don't think I did a single story mission after that. But my question is, every time you go to a base, do you have the standoff or do you stealth it? Because I always.
But you don't have to stand off ever.
I always stand off. I don't give a fuck.
I'm
like, come with me. I'm right here, baby.
You can stealth everything or just straight up fight everybody. They're equally viable. And
I know, but
character, whichever.
Which one do you do normally?
I actually am very intrigued with the way
I like to mix it up. I just fully upgraded my ghost armor, so I've been liking to sneak around recently. But for most of the game, I think I was fighting.
Yeah,
I
It's
like.
interesting that it's called Ghost of Tsushima, but I feel like a lot of people said the stealth isn't the best in the game. So you seem like you like it
It's
though.
pretty standard stealth,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
standard
works
stuff.
well.
Okay.
Matt,
Combat's really fun.
Yeah, combat's fun.
Nick in the
That's what I
chat
heard.
says, "Hey Matt, English voices or Japanese voices also regular or
Yeah.
Kurosawa mode?"
I feel like the Kurosawa mode is cool to like play to like look
Yeah.
at, but I mean you're really missing out on
Yeah,
the
you're missing out on the
colors of
graphics.
that world.
I think
art
it sounds like a
design
good New
itself.
Game Plus thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New Game Plus
the
for
world
sure.
is so like gorgeous and colorful and vibrant and like so varied in all the different locations. You'd really be missing out if you played black and white. And
I also feel like if I'm going to start it over, I kind of want to do English because I just want to hear how good the main guy is because he got nominated. So I was just like,
oh, I did English. Yeah, I think the
did
game is
you?
like synced for English dub.
Yeah, it is.
The
Yeah.
animations, the voice acting is really strong.
It's just so weird. Do you think it'd be the other way for a game like this? It's like,
And
fuck it.
honestly, like sometimes when I play, like I'll be like, I might have something up on my computer too or whatever. Like I will miss shit if I
Yeah, because you're not
don't do
looking at the
dubs.
subtitles or
So
whatever.
I always do English dubs. So I'm doing English dubs with subtitles, always subtitles, every game and movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Final game, and we're out. Hades.
I didn't play it.
Well,
All right,
I
Gordon,
think
what
I'm
we
the only
got?
one who's played it. All right. So Hades is the perfect game.
All right, S tier.
It's a perfect roguelike because it is exactly what I want. It's an action game. So
You're in hell.
A lot of roguelike. You're in hell. A lot of roguelikes are like, I mean, a lot of them are action games, but some of them are shooters. You got strategy ones. You got like card based ones. This is for me. I love this. Frantic like hack and slash, pretty much. There's a lot of strategy, like picking different abilities throughout a run. If you die, you lose everything, but you still increase your power in some way. So every time you die, you are getting powerful technically. You lose all your abilities that you gain from every like room because you get a boon, as they call them, in every room. I rhymed. But it's a really fun game. The art style is amazing, but the story is really good because it's one of those games where like once you complete one run, which took me about 15 hours to get through one run, you actually learn more about the story. It's not the end. It's not like, oh, you're done. You learn a little bit more about the story, and it just makes you go, oh, fuck, I need to do another run right now. So you can get more and more of the story. And while you're doing all these runs, you're learning more stuff. You're learning about each of these gods that are trying to help you get out of Hades. And it's because you play the son of Hades. Yeah, just try and get the hell out of hell. And it's a super fun time. It really is. Every boss you'll fight the same bosses over and over again, but they'll always have like either different dialogues or they'll be a little bit different this time. That they'll resent you for beating the shit out of them last time, so they're going to go in on you way harder this time. It's really good. It's such a well-made game. You can spend like hundreds of hours in this game. Just getting all these customization options too for your room and stuff. Just like the little things like that is great. All the characters are great too. Like really, like I could fill out a top 10 best characters of 2020 just with Hades. Great game. I don't know. I'm only 20 something hours in at this point, so I need to play more. Yeah, it's a great game. From what I played, I have to say S. It really is an S tier. It is one of the best. When it comes to this genre, it's like the best game I've played. But I would easily say, even if you play a lot of roguelikes, it'll probably be one of your favorites.
Your top two games are in hell.
Hell yeah, man. Animal Crossing and
Hell
Hades.
yeah.
Hell yeah. But
all right.
It's a great game. So there you go. That's the list. Only took 5 hours to do.
Went a little bit over the 2 hour mark, but that's not a big deal.
Oh, okay. I thought we were at 3 hours.
F tier, looking nice and clean.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe a little over the top, but I agree. It is clean. Not too many games in F and D.
Just the ones that deserve it.
It's weird. EA and Ubisoft owns those. So it's almost like they're the two worst companies ever.
There's your list.
That's it.
All right. So next week we'll do Smash reveals next week. We'll rank every single
idea. That'd be a short one too.
Smash trailer. Yeah, it's a nice short one.
I feel like that would be a really short one. But who knows? Maybe we'll look and we don't realize that there's like 50 of these fucking reveals.
There's a lot of reveals, but I mean that's not a big deal.
Should we watch some of them?
Sure. I'm gonna
do like reactions to them.
I'll probably do since I don't know, we'll see. Maybe in the same window, I'll have like another. Like I can just pop open YouTube or something in here.
We'll see how many there are.
There's a lot. No, there's a lot.
I know, but like how much is a lot exactly?
Probably like 20.
I think we could do it. Like if we watch one and then we just rank it immediately and we just give our thoughts on it right then and there. And we could be done in an hour and a half.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So yeah, that'll be next week. Once again, Blue Rupees on Thursday. We have a special announcement next week, I think, about it.
Do we?
Yeah.
David will be hung by the neck until dead.
David's out
on camera.
We're firing David live.
Hell yeah.
We should be streaming Halo on Sunday. I think for my birthday stream, we're gonna do that on Saturday, and we're probably gonna play Among Us. I'll probably do some Smash. I'll probably make a thing about it. We'll just hang out all day. At least I will all day.
All right.
I'll probably have some people revolving in, but yeah, we'll get Among Us going live for everyone as well. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll advertise it for sure on what we're doing.
I might record that actually. That
Yeah.
might be fun to post.
I'm thinking like it's probably gonna be like an extra lifestyle stream for me where I'm just gonna hang out all day and drink and play some games because I'm also gonna be on winter break.
yeah.
So fuck yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about those details on Thursday on Blue Rupees. Exactly.
Welcome back, Matt. We forgot to say that because he hasn't been on in like a month. It feels like.
You know, I'm just the fill-in guy. What can I say?
I thought this was your ideal no fat Ranksters.
We'll see. We'll see.
Kyle's a little bit too much.
See what the
I hope you're
fans
watching, Kyle. I hope you're crying, Kyle. We don't like Kyle. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I hate Kyle. He might be the worst person I know. And you know what? If he tripped and hurt his knee, I wouldn't feel bad at all. I'd be like, good. I hope
would
it
laugh.
hurts. I laugh. I rafflecopter in the air. Remember rafflecopter? Remember R being the chief?
Goodbye, everyone.
This is my...
What were you gonna say, Matt?
I was gonna say this is my face when Kyle gets AIDS.